enjoyed that. You can't beat the first bank holiday of the year, can you? And starting with a breakfast like that is just the tops.
Yeah, well, don't sit there too long, Kev. We've got our spring cleaning to do today.
Oh, come on, you can't be serious. Think about the working man and his hard-earned rest.
Well, we might as well get a bit done, because we can't go anywhere. Half's opening up today. I promised I'd leave him at dinner hour.
Oh, blimey, don't he ever stop grabbing him?
Well, you know, you reckon with Audrey being away, don't he get round to milking if he did.
Morning, young marrieds. What's that gorgeous smell? Is it you or the frying
Get
pan?
off, or I'll burn you with a hot teaspoon.
Crackers and egg, will you, sis, and dip me bread while the fat's frizzling.
Get me your own bread. I've got our bedroom to sort out. And when are you going to get yourself dressed?
Well, what's the point? I've still got my legs to do yet with that tan stuff.
Hey, Kev, I'll do your legs if you want.
Listen, madam, you've got your room to sort out tonight.
Nag, nag, nag.
There's your room, the stairs. You've got to do your bit, Jean.
I would do, but I've got my arrangements, haven't I? Billy's coming round later on. Anyway, what's Kevin doing in this great blitz?
Kevin's going to do yard and he's going to do bat windows for
Look,
us.
I'll do my room tomorrow, honest I will. As soon as Billy gets a motor, he'll be round any minute.
Get some... Where does Billy get a mortar from?
He borrows them. Look, Sam, I will do my room. If you make us some breakfast, I'll even side up for you.
Oh, do you know, I must be absolutely puzzled. What do you think this is, Gina? A hotel or something?
Well, that was Brian. He's only doing an half, innit? So bang goes the spring cleaning.
Oh, you're never working, Kev. He's not got the nerve.
Well, it's up to me. Time and a half or a day off in lieu. Besides, he's brought Billy into it, so we should have a few lads.
Oh, Billy working? Oh, no. And he had a motor all spotted. Oh, I wish he'd never got that rotten job. He'll end up a right jerk.
Do you think about your future?
Well, what am I going to do all day now, eh?
What are you going to do? Well, there's the stairs, there's your bedroom, there's emptying our back.
Right, that's it, ready for inspection. You have to excuse the dust, though, because with wife being away.
That's all right, Mr. Roberts. I don't expect me and Shirley to be that house-proud any road. Actually, we're more into the bohemian lifestyle, actually.
I can imagine, yeah. Oh, you'll need a new gas stove or something.
Oh, aye. Mind you, there's other methods.
Hey, we don't want any fire hazards, you know. We don't want any of these gypsy tricks, joss sticks and whatnot.
Don't panic, Mr. Roberts. We'll get a stove.
Oh, fair enough. Mind you get it fixed proper and all. We don't want the likes of Jack Duckworth up here codging and bodging.
Mind you, I did think there was one in.
Yeah, there was when Sally and Kevin had it, but they took it with them.
No carpet either.
Well, you can't expect a carpet, lad.
Or curtains.
Look, I never said this place was Buckingham Palace, you know.
No, I know you didn't, Mr. Roberts. Me and Shirley didn't expect much furniture any road. But we did expect a curtain or two.
Yeah, well, look, it's as you see it. If it's not right, you can give me the boot back and the keys back.
No, it's all right, it's all right. We'll manage. I used to be in the second-hand furniture trade. I've got a few bits and pieces lined up. And as for curtains, we can hang up a blanket or something, Pro-Tem.
Yeah, I hope you will and all. You're not even married. I'll get myself mixed up with these.
Before you go,
No,
Mr.
if it's
Roberts.
about light bulbs, I've got a few downstairs. Let you have them at cost.
Thanks a lot, but it's about the rent book, actually.
Well, it's an approved book, that, you know.
Yeah, I know, but in it, you described the flat as furnished. Well, obviously, it's not, is it?
That's no problem. Just cross out furnished and write in unfurnished. There, lad. All right. Anything else?
No, thanks.
Right then.
Hurry up.
Hello. Clean mugs. Hey, I never knew mine had flowers on it.
Well, needed a wash, so I thought I'd do a proper job.
They even clean the insides as well. It was a goodness of thousands of bruises in them bottoms.
It's going to be little finger stuff if we carry on like this. What's happening down there, Billy?
Is it the brakes that want doing?
I hope not. That was booked into the clutch job.
Oh, clutch.
Wizard on clutches here, Bill.
I've done a few. If you like, I can finish putting these plates on.
Billy, I'm impressed, son, but come and get you through.
No, it's okay. I'm not a big one for the tea. Throw us a spanner there, Kev.
Is this on, boss? Pinching me job? Am I to go home or what?
I know you're keen, Billy, but that's a major repair.
Donald, we'll have a crack by dinner time.
I'm sorry, but I'm afraid it needs me top mechanic.
Oh, shucks.
Well, how about letting me tackle the Orion then? The one on the forecourt. That's a clutch job, isn't it?
Carburetor.
Well, I've read up on Orions. Can I sort of like make a start on it?
Well, that is my next job, but if you want to get your head under on it, the keys are on the board.
Brilliant.
Just get it revved up, mate, then I'll be out.
Right.
We're going to have to watch him, you know. He's going to have us worked up.
Yeah. Does that mean we get next bank holiday off?
Oh, where you are? Just been wearing your chimes out on the front. Is he in then, the great lover?
I beg your pardon?
No, he to whom the ancient taboos mean noughts. Is he still keeping?
If you're referring to Norman, he's inspecting his flat.
No. Shirley with him?
I don't think so.
Oh, sad. Well, I'll pop along there then, eh? Gets a bit torrid with two of them. Ta-ra.
Oh! Flipping heck.
You're having some trouble?
Stupid.
Come here, Cinders. I'm a dab hand with these things. Got my gold star when I were running Jim's Cafe.
I didn't know you were on it.
Oh, let's say I was the power behind the throne.
I knew they had a fruit machine. Didn't know they had a throne.
Ah. All right, let's say I was the power behind that then. Which makes me a plug socket, I suppose. There you go. That one hard, does it? Hold that for us.
Cheers.
Good, oh, behave.
Oh, blimey, talk about black looks.
Is it bad?
Well, I was going to give you a kiss, but I don't think it'd go in the complexion.
Oh, well, you could wash my face for me.
Ew, wash your own face.
Well, leave me some water and I will do.
There's a sink in the kitchen.
Ah, never.
Mm.
What's Sally mind?
Sally's not in. There's only me and on me Todd, so go on in then.
All right, cheers.
He's quick on his curly, but all he looks out is straight out of the egg.
Yeah, well, she's not daft, that's Shirley, I can tell you.
Yeah, well, she's making the bullets, I reckon, don't you?
Well, you can't blame the lass, given what she has to contend with. He could do with some backbone, that lad, if he's ever going shape.
You're dead right there, Percy, but she'll make a man of him. I reckon he's dead jammy. I mean, it beats me why a cracky little bird like Shirley should take the job on.
All part of the plan, if you ask me.
Which nobody did.
Little Miss Sunshine's thinking long-term. As soon as she gets a grip on Alf's flat, out goes Curly.
Drained, white-faced and mere Shirley.
Yeah, look, I'm not saying out against that. The last for that matter. It was just the way that he grabbed the rent book, you know. I mean, all right, so it was a furnished flat, now it's unfurnished. It's just they hadn't bothered to change it, that's all.
Excuse me, Councillor, that was, not being nosy, but did I hear right? You've changed the description of these premises to unfurnished?
Of course I have, yeah. I could see what Curly was after. He was after getting somebody off the rent.
Happened, but a very big mistake.
Hey, a real boo-boo.
Unfurnished, you'll have the devil's own job kicking them off the premises.
Dead gem, this offer.
Furnished, all you have to do is serve them notice. Unfurnished, you have to get a court
But
order.
it's more havoc caused by folk in unfurnished flats, and the landlord, you know, can do nought about it.
Yeah, hang on. It's not signing blood, you know. No rent's changed hands.
Ah, well, in that case, you might be onto a good thing then, Alf.
Are you kidding me? Race relations and rent law, immorality. I'll be lucky they don't complain about the drains. There can't be a council committee not poised to crack down on me.
Well, there is talk, rumour is rife, officialdom's on the alert. Oh, never mind all that. Let's get back to the rent book. Now, look, if in former times that flat was let furnished, you're entitled to keep it that way.
Well, there's not a stick of furniture in it, is there?
Yeah, that's your way out, isn't it? You simply go to Curly and say, look, son, I'm sorry, but it's always been furnished. It's rated as being furnished. Now, that sounds technical, you see, and therefore it's got to stay furnished. It won't be available, therefore, until it is.
Yeah, well, I don't want to go around buying furniture.
Well, no, you don't have to. Just say you're looking. If you play it crafty for long enough, they'll get fed up of waiting and look for somewhere else. Very clever, but I'd say it stinks.
Oh, pipe down with you, Percy. Let's hear that again. Rated?
Yeah, but if you have a property and it's...
Well, the decor's not up to much, but there's quite a few PowerPoints. You don't like it, do you?
Are you kidding? I think it's great.
Even though there's no carpet?
Oh, sand the boards.
Or curtains?
We'll undress in the dark. And anyway, I make curtains. No, honestly, it's terrific this way. Makes it more ours. Apart from that, if it's unfurnished, you can't chuck us out.
So you think we definitely should take it then?
I thought you had done.
Well, I've not paid any rent and the book says a month in advance.
Let's go see our bank managers then.
Well, what about getting stuff in? I can get some stuff in this afternoon, but not a stove, or a sofa, or a bed.
Look, I'll buy a kettle, you buy a toaster. The stove can wait till next payday. And as for a bed, well, I've got a duvet.
Well, let's all systems go then. When do you think we should move in?
Why not tonight?
Listen, kid, don't think I'm moaning, but, well, if your sister makes any more noise, she's going to make our pigeons stone deaf.
Oh, is it a radio? She does have that thing loud.
No, if you ask me, she's entertaining her boyfriend, not screaming and giggling. You'd think she'd shut window, wouldn't you? Can't let our Jack out into the yard. Not sheltered life he's led. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mrs. Duckworth. I'll just have to have a word with her about it.
Oh, don't worry, kid. Look, I'll let her off, seeing as how it's spring. See ya.
See ya.
Hello.
Hiya.
Sorry I'm late, love. Hey, listen, do you know if Curly's up in the flat?
Well, him and Shirley were there, but I think they've gone out because I've not heard nothing.
Ah, well, could you stay on till about 3 o'clock then? Because I might catch him at Emily's. Something's cropped up, though.
Well, I did want to get away.
Oh.
Oh, go on then. I'll stop another half an hour then.
By the ear, Cal. If I wasn't spoken for, I'd give you a kiss.
Hey?
Well, a fella like you, letting youth have its fling, standing up to be shot at by all out fuddy-duddies. Never mind a kiss, you deserve a medal, or even a coconut.
Oh, well, I'm glad to hear you say that. It's not the general opinion, though.
Oh, I can imagine, Al. Society's going to the dogs. Youth of today are rubbish.
Yeah, well, there's something in that, isn't there? I mean, they are living over the brush, after all. That was considered shameful at one time, you know.
So am I, Alf. Living over at Brush.
Ah, well, yeah, but that's different, isn't it? You know. Curly, look, I'm glad you popped in. I've just been thinking. It's not fair, am I charging you what I'm charging you for an unfurnished flat?
Well, I think it's fair for a note about rent these days.
Yeah, well, I thought if you could hang on a bit, you see.
Hey, this is a good fella you've got here. Hope you realise he's doing you proud.
Oh, nay.
We're very grateful, Mrs. Fairclough. Right, can we make it official then?
Oh, I suppose so. Give us your book, let's get it filled in.
It was a right pick of a job, wasn't it, Bill? It needed thrown out, didn't it, that carburetor?
Listen, son, sort of clients we get, they don't want things throwing out. You finished, Kev?
Yeah, just needs a test.
Hey, if you're talking road tests, I'm your man.
Where did you get all this experience from, anyway?
Dad was a driver. At 14, I could park a heavy goods better than him. Got my license first go, no bother. The examiner was dead impressed. He said, like, every now and then they get these naturals and it, like, really made his day.
Tell you what, son, you do a good commercial. Okay, you've talked yourself into a road test. Kev, got the keys, mate?
Keys?
Yeah, for the Peugeot. We'll let Billy take it out.
Billy's taking a motor out. Are you daft?
Daft? What do you mean, daft?
Well, he's not qualified, is he?
He's got his licence. He can test a clutch for Pete's sake.
No, Brian, I did that job.
All right, don't get rattled. Just thought we could get it shifted and get cracking on with that body jump on the back.
I'm a senior mechanic here. I did the job. I do the road test. That's not me talking. That's the book.
What book's that? I've not heard of it.
Hey, steady up, eh? Look, Kev's right, I'm wrong.
Who's the boss around here anyway?
Billy, look, you're a keen lad, but don't spoil yourself, eh? Don't get lippy. Kev will test the cars till I say different. Now, if you're fit, we'll get cracking on that rust bucket that needs patching up.
Thanks a lot, mate.
Look, at your age, will you? You're already on probation for nicking motors, aren't you? Which you never blabbed. So if you took this motor, well, where would that leave me?
I'll tell you what, young lady, your windows are a credit to you. They're not far short of mine, in fact, and I'm known for my windows.
Oh, thanks very much.
Mrs. Ogden were a diva for doorsteps, but, well, she weren't that hot on her windows. Mind you, there are some in this street. If windows went on parade, they'd be down for company orders and no messing.
Blast!
What to do?
I can't get into my own house.
Is there somebody in there? Or could it be an intruder?
Well, our Gina's supposed to be in here, but she's probably got the latch down. Gina! Flipping heck, what's she playing at?
Oi! I was just coming round for you, mate. Listen, I've got a van lined up. I've got a table and chairs and an old mattress. God, you look like death warmed up.
Well, I'm a bit short of breath, aren't I? It's all this dashing down here to give you a lift for a start.
Ah, it's still on then. You don't mind?
No, I'll be delighted. It's better than weight training, isn't it? Yeah. Well, come on then, if we're moving, let's move.
All right.
Nothing you can do can make me true to love.
Can I come in?
Oh, sure. You can make yourself useful and all. Would you pass that curtain before this box was stood on collapsing?
Oh, yeah, I brought you an apple pie.
Oh, thanks.
Do you mean there were no curtains?
Not a shred. Can't complain now, at least there were rails.
I like the pattern.
Yeah, so does Mr. Baldwin.
He's not visited. Oh, I see.
Well, I've had him a week or two. We're just somebody cut short. And since we're specking on getting my own place.
Don't worry. I shan't tell any tales out of school.
I'm a bit surprised you've come, actually, knowing you don't exactly approve.
Well, I just think you've been a bit hasty.
Is that all?
Well, there are other aspects.
So it's the living in sin, I suppose.
Well, that's not a lifestyle I find easy to accept, but I certainly wouldn't cast the first stone. I just can't help wondering how much of this was Norman's idea.
Okay. So I twisted his arm a bit. But he is a grown man. Oh, this sounds like him now. Listen, Emily. You call it living in sin. Well, I call it more having the goods on approval, which cuts both ways. So what's wrong with it?
Right, so she says, no, I'm just trying my new pumps on. Oh, hello. Hi, Mrs. Bishop. I'll just go get that chair. Right.
Hey, not bad.
You'll love the table. It's got 4 legs.
Isn't it rather a small mattress?
Oh, we could slice it in half. Mum always said I could sleep on a washing line.
Thanks, well, it's not all that difficult putting in burglar alarms. You've just got to remember to wire up all the doors and windows and have no cables showing, that's all.
Well, beats me how you can just sort of slip into it.
Well, I'm working with Dave most of the time, and the electrics are no problem to me, you know that. Jack, can we have a same again, please?
Yeah.
So, you reckon you'll be sticking to it?
Well, I don't see why not. If you can run the video library, it's going to be good money, you know.
Well, you'll be seeing more of this Dave Craig than you will of me.
Well, that might not be a bad thing, though, you know, in some ways.
Maybe. Still miss you around shop, though.
Hey, how's it going with this alarm racket? I really believe it's more a front and not behind.
Don't you believe it, Jack?
Did you get a burglar set for Christmas, Jack? Striped jersey, Jemmy, bag with swag written on it.
No, oh, Vera got that. I got the doctor's set. Anytime you want your chest examining.
You know, there's another thing. It's nice coming home at night knowing you've done a good day's work, you know? A quick bath, a nice meal, take you out for a drink. What could be better than that, eh?
Well, as long as you don't fall off any ladders. Or for any rich widows.
I've already fallen for one.
Hey, I was just thinking, I must have had the best burglar alarm ever invented.
Wait for it.
Mother-in-law.
I'm sure she had somebody in there with her, Kev.
Oh, yeah, well, Billy didn't leave the garage all day.
First of all, Vera Duckworth came in the shop and said she can hear, like, noises.
Oh, well, you can't believe anything Vera says.
Yeah, but then secondly, I put my key in the door and the latch is down. Our Gina has this tale about being out in the backyard. She's not that security conscious, is she?
She has got some sense.
And she was all hot and bothered, Kev. And I'm sure I could smell fag smoke. And whatever else Gina does, you know, smoking's not on the agenda.
Yeah, well, I don't know who's Billy smokes, but I know for a fact he never left that garage all day. He was going to take a motor out for a test drive, but knowing his past record, put a block to that, didn't I?
Look, Kev, I'm not stupid. Gina had a lad in there. Now, if it wasn't Billy Wyatt, who was it?
Can I have 2 bottles of light ale to take out, please?
My pleasure.
And a small whiskey, neat. It's just a small whiskey, just to settle my stomach.
Moved in then, have you? You and your young lady?
Just about. It's been hard graft, really. You know, for fixing the place up. It's all right now, though. Shirley's just gone for a Chinese. And I've come in for the ale.
Having a bit of supper, like, before you settle down for night.
Hey, you want to watch that bottle stuff give you wind? You get wind on your first night, she'll never forgive you.
It's not fair, I mean, it's total panic.
What do you reckon, Vera? A couple of first-timers, like?
Oh, but that Shirley's not behind the door. Not that I know from personal experience.
Oh, don't worry, I know she won't wear you. I mean, all right, she might go out, dress up and have a laugh, but, well, there's no cheap about Madame Armitage, I'll tell you that for now.
All right, don't jump down my throat. You never know what you might find.
Oh, you can't blame Jack, Mrs. Duckworth. I mean, to a bloke with his looks, they're all easy.
What? Vince Sinclair and a fish and chips supper? Knocks Omar Sharif into a cocktail.
Do you know what? I think we've done wonders. Do you think we've done wonders?
Well, we've made a start.
Oh, we've done that in spite of everything. Should I turn the light out?
In a sec.
I just thought if you wanted to take out off.
Oh, my glasses, you mean? Well, I do have to,
Well,
if you don't mind.
Well, no, I didn't mean your specs, actually.
I always keep my pyjamas on.
Oh, I see. Love you, love your pyjamas. Well, that's fine by me.
Well, you've got your night things on.
Oh, no, I bought them special.
Look, don't laugh, but, well, I haven't broken me duck yet, if you know what I mean. Well, you can laugh, it's because it's pathetic.
Oh, aye, tragic. I'm hardly Jeff Boycott, you know.
Eh? Oh, yeah, well, see, that's probably by choice, because you are desirable. Whereas me, well, I'm one of nature's number 11s.
Look, I was daft about this lad once when I wasn't much more than 16. And since then, not a run on the board. And that's gospel. What are you waiting for, Norman? Come to bed.
I don't go much on Norman.
Right, I'll remember that. My fella. My precious. My love.
Suppose we could always buy another house.
You what?
Put this on the market and move somewhere else. Sneak out dead quiet one morning while Gina's still in bed. It's the only way we're going to get rid of her.
She'll be going, Kev, just as soon as her and Billy have sorted somewhere out.
Yes. Are we talking this year, next year, turn of the century?
He's got a job now, hasn't he? He said he's doing all right down at the garage.
Yeah, he is. Don't necessarily mean he's going to take your sister off his hands, though, does it? And she's not going to go on her own accord.
Oh, Kevin, shut up about this. She's coming.
Yeah, and why should she when she's got free board and lodging?
Morning.
Morning.
Yeah, I'll be off.
No.
See you now.
Give Billy a big wet kiss from me, eh, Kev? Do you know what I fancy, Sal?
What? Sausage, bacon, eggs, fried bread. I don't know why, but I've woken up starving. Oh, and fried tomatoes as well.
We've got no tomatoes, Gina.
Oh, well, I'll have to make do with the rest then, won't I?
Yeah, you will.
Gina,
What? I know you said you didn't have anybody in here with you yesterday when the door was locked, and, well, you probably think it's none of my business anyway.
you said it.
Only, can I just say to you, that this is mine and Kev's home, right? It's taken a lot of hard work to get it how it is. And, you know, it's not right nice for us if we have to keep worrying about what's going on every time our backs turn.
I think I'll have baked beans instead of fried tomatoes.
Alf, you wouldn't believe how many people have burglar alarms put in after they've been burgled.
Oh, aye.
Well, you can't blame them, I suppose, but your wise man is the man that doesn't wait for the neighbourhood burglar to call, puts the alarm in first.
Yeah, which is what you're trying to persuade me to do now.
It's for your own good, Alf, isn't
Yeah,
it?
but it's all money, isn't it? What's it going to cost, love?
You'd have to ask Dave that. That's the guy I work for, but he'll give you all the figures. Hello, one.
Morning, love. Look, can you leave it with me for a day or two? Because I've got enough on my plate, what with one thing and another.
OK, Alf, but look, if you do decide, you will give us first crack at it, won't you?
Definitely, yeah.
I'll leave that with you. Bye now.
Bye.
Flipping burglar alarms now, just haven't enough going.
Hey, well, there's a lot of these about.
Oh, aye. For them as haven't got wives spending all the money in Canada, there is. I mean, maybe I can afford a burglar more than I can ordering.
What was that?
Don't ask, love. If they go on thumping like that for the next few weeks, there's not going to be enough of this place left to hang a blooming burglar alarm on.
I'm sorry, Kim.
Look, it's all right. Leave it. I'll do it later. I've got bags of time.
Oh, well, thanks. It's just, I know the reception I'm going to get if I'm late this morning of all mornings. Where's that list? I'll go shopping after work.
Oh, here it is. Look. Here.
And what else did we say? Cleaning stuff.
Oh, yeah. And a new alarm clock. I think this one died of grief when it found out I was moving.
Well, I'm not too bad. At least I haven't got far to go, that's enough.
Well, look, you're not going to have any breakfast.
Oh, no, I haven't got time. I'll nip out a break and get some. I'll see you, love.
Right, hang on, before you go.
What?
Look, I know everything's a mess and I've made you late and we're living like gypsies, but I'm really glad we're living here.
So am I.
Honest.
Cross me out, Luke, tonight. And look, when I get back tonight, we'll have all the time in the world. We'll have a proper meal and a bottle of wine, just the two of us.
Great.
But for now, I've got about 1.5 miles of curtaining to do before then. I'll see you. Bye, lover.
Ta-ra.
So is Bran in the day or what?
Yeah, he'll be in this afternoon. He's got a contract to service some lorries. And it's easier for him to go over there and try bringing them all over there.
Has he said anything about keeping me on?
Not yet, no.
Good chance though, yeah?
Not honestly, no, to tell you the truth, though.
Because, I mean, I am good with the old cars, aren't I? I mean, go on. Admit it, won't be embarrassed.
Yeah, you'll be great. Except I'll tell you what your trouble is, shall I?
What?
You're too modest. You want to speak up for yourself a little bit more?
Yeah, I do, don't I?
How are you getting on with that Vauxhall service?
Oh, it won't be too long. But another half hour.
Yeah. Well, give us a shout when it's ready. I'll check it over and take it for the test run.
Yeah.
Oh?
Oh?
Yeah, you're by yourself.
Well, I won't be if you come in, will I?
Sound. You, you expecting Sally or anyone?
They're all at work, aren't they? Except for those of us who don't have any work to go to.
I know it's hard, innit? I mean, our problem's how do we pass the time? Them long hours in the middle of the day.
I know. And we've no money, so we can't go out.
I reckon we entertain ourselves as best we can. What do you reckon?
See you.
Oh, great.
How's it going?
Yeah, no problem.
Then I'll leave you alone for a bit. I've a couple of estimates to fit in.
Gonna be busy then, are we?
Well, I never count my chickens. If you do half a dozen estimates before you get one that'll bite. Still, I'm not complaining.
Have you always worked on your own, Dave?
Once I'd done my time. Well, mind you, that was as a general electrician. I've only switched over to these gadgets last year or so.
Think you made the right decision?
Oh, aye. One of Britain's booming industries is burglar alarms. T'other one's burglars.
Have you ever thought about going into partnership with anyone?
No chance.
Why's that?
Bad news is partnerships. I've seen it time and again. You start off best as mates. 6 months later, you can't even agree on what time it is. Only partner I've got is the wife. It's enough for me, is that?
Yeah, I see.
Say, Alan. Oh, thanks, love. What's Alan up to today, then?
Well, I should think he's up top of a ladder somewhere or other.
Oh, peeping Tom, is he? I didn't know he had hobby.
No, he's working with a mate of his. They're fitting burglar alarms.
Oh, very nice. 90, please, love.
Oh, and whatever this gentleman's having.
Oh, and I'll get these.
Oh, don't be silly. Just tell the lady what you want.
Oh, all right, I'll just have half then.
Start. 2 halves of lager, love, please. So you've got a separate kitchen, then?
Yeah, but it's only tiny. And I mean, everywhere's in a mess just now. But it'll be all right when we get it sorted.
Oh, wow. Me and Adrat started off in a flat, you know.
Sure.
Above a laundrette. You know, lovely and warm. On account of heat rising, you know, from machines. But then we start having cockroaches over and over on the floor.
Oh, Vera!
That's right. Hey, you remember them cockroaches, don't you? That used to run across the floor in that flat above Washington.
Vague and unhappy memories, why? 90, please.
Now, I was just telling Shirley about when we were first way down, you used to have to get up and put your boots on, you know, to go around cracking them all. I wouldn't put my foot out of bed.
I did it for their own good, Shirley. Save them looking at her face first thing in the morning.
Can I make a complaint about one of your employees being nasty to me?
Nope.
Well, suck yourself. Here you are, love. Sup up, and then we'll go have a look at this flat of yours, eh?
Yeah. Well, here we are. Fit for a king, so long as he's down and he's looking not too fussy.
Oh, hey. Well, it's not half as bad as you made out. Oh, can I have a look in here?
Yeah, that's the midget kitchen I was telling you about.
Oh, well, I can't see Alf Roberts doing much cooking in here. Won't be able to turn round him. Hey, Bet Lynch used to live here, you know. Oh, can you imagine? These walls could talk.
What are they saying about us, Vera?
You are?
Well, you live on the street. You must have heard. What are they saying about me and Curly moving in here?
I'm her, don't me. Well, you know, no specific. Like.
Oh, come on.
Well, you know, just usual stuff you'd expect folk to say.
What? That we're not married? That I'm black and he's white and he's a student and I work in a factory. And that all in all, we're not exactly the ideal couple.
Yeah, something like that.
Same things are saying in our house.
Well, look, you haven't got to take any notice about what people say. Anyway, it's not personal, you know. Talk about anybody round here.
I know. It's just that when most couples start out, there's always somebody on their side wishing them well. I mean, we get cards, don't we? And presents. Oh, and, well, it'd just be nice to feel that somebody was pleased for us. That's all.
Well, I'm pleased for you, love. I am. And look how Jack is. Well, I'd kill him if he isn't.
Right.
Look, love, you haven't got to bother what people say. Whether or not it works out, well, no, it's all up to you two, that. It's got nothing to do with anybody else. Oh, come here. Come here.
Oh, all right. You all right? Yeah. You finished early, aren't you?
Aye. Where's my laddo?
Outside doing that Vauxhall service.
Oh, no, he isn't.
What?
In fact, he can't be because the Vauxhall's not there either.
Oh, no, he's not.
I was hoping you were going to tell me the customer had been to collect it.
No. He must have just took it for the test drive.
Did you say he could?
No.
Because I know he's your mate, and I know he's a handy lad and all that, but we can't have him just
Oh,
taking...
Brian, I didn't. I said, give us a shout when it's finished and I'll check it over. You must have got the wrong end of the stick.
Sure.
Look, Brian, give him a chance, eh?
Well, it's all right. I'm not going to sack him. Well, I can't, can if he's not here. Just have to wait and see what he's got to say for himself when he gets back.
Who is it? I think they've gone.
Well, is it Sally?
No, she wouldn't have knocked. She would have just come straight in.
Oh, didn't you put the latch on?
No, because she found it that way yesterday and started getting all suspicious.
Listen, I better be getting on then. I'll see you again, won't I?
Yeah, well, you know where I am. It's your fault if you don't.
Right. Ta. Right, mate.
Billy, what are you doing here?
Just passing, wasn't it? Took a car out.
Yeah?
Got no answer from the front door. So?
Martin were just calling to see Kevin.
No, he wasn't. He was calling to see you.
Don't talk daft.
I think I'll be getting...
Billy! No! Billy, stop it! Put it down! Billy!
Well, you know, I think perhaps you should have a word with Mr. Roberts about that, Mr. Soapy.
Oh, I intend to. I was just telling the young lady you've got some items marked in your dairy cabinet there, sell by April the 6th, which I'm sure you'll know is today.
Oh, is it?
Yes. Well, I'm only telling you just in case somebody wants to buy some cream and they're not going to use it till the
Look,
weekend.
get yourself another one. Sort him out, will you, love? Something with a different date.
Oh, I haven't purchased any. No, I happened to notice when I was looking for some cheese on the shelf above.
For crying out loud,
Sam, there's been a fight at your house, Billy and Martin.
What?
I couldn't stop him.
Oh, God. Can I go home?
Yes, go on, love.
What are you talking
Any need of first aid? I don't know. What's he coming to? Fighting in broad daylight now. It's getting more like the Wild West every day. Why, I knew there was something I was going to ask you. How's Mrs. Roberts getting on over there then? She's been out a while now, hasn't she?
Yes, she has, Percy.
Any news of when we're likely to see her back again?
No, nothing definite.
Ah, well, the world's a much smaller place than it used to be. Folks think now to jetting back with them forward, they do, they? Anyway, I think I'd better pop next door. Them young lasses didn't look like they'd have much idea in an emergency.
Yeah, I'd do that if I were you, Percy.
He just came straight in through the back door. There was nothing I could do to stop him.
What was Martin doing here? Oh, Gina, look at this.
Martin were just going, weren't you?
Right, now, what to do? Oh, one wounded, have we? Let me have a look. Oh, you're a mess, aren't you? Is that nose broken? Or you were like that to start with?
I don't think it's broken, no.
No. Well, look into my eyes. Straight in, come on.
Oh, come on, Mr. Sutton. Do you think I've not suffered enough?
Kevin will go mad. He'll go absolutely balmy.
Oh, please, Sally, you don't have to tell him, do you?
Of course I have to tell him. He's my husband and this is our house. I have to tell him when something like this happens.
Oh, well, you'll live.
Cheers.
You'll not be laughing for a day or two. The road, where's the other chap then?
So go on. Explain. Who said you could take the customer's car out?
Brought it back, didn't I?
I'm not asking whether you brought it back. I'm asking you who said you could take it out.
Nobody.
We're not playing games here, you know, Billy. I mean, suppose you'd have had an accident, eh? What do you think that would have left me?
What are those marks on your face?
Nothing. Look, I brought your bloody car back. What are you worried about?
I'm worried about employing somebody I can't trust. Somebody who's going to do something daft the minute I'm not stood over him.
Well, I'll save you the worry. I'm off. Oh, and that license I showed you? It's not mine anyway. Because I'm banned, so I am.
Oh, no.
Get out before I throw you out.
You're lucky, mate.
I've had my work out for the day.
You're the one who's lucky, son.
I'm sorry, but I...
Next time you know somebody who wants a job, do us a favour, will you? Take him down the job centre. Take him anywhere, only don't bring him here, all right?
Well, come in, this is it.
Hope we haven't called at an inconvenient time.
No, not at all. This is the living room kind of thing, and through there's the kitchen, and out there's the bedroom and the bathroom if you want to have a look.
No, I don't think that'll be necessary.
Of course, we haven't got it the way we want it just yet.
Well, you can't have, can you? I warned your mother. You've only just moved in. Bound to be at 6s and 7s.
I have a seat, Mum.
Thank you. So, your young lady's not back yet, then?
Well, she would have finished work, but she said she had some shopping to do.
We can wait.
You see, your mother and me had a talk, Norman. A serious talk. And as I told her, you've got your own life to lead.
Which I was well aware of.
Yes. No doubt you see some things differently from the way we do, so we thought we'd call round in the hope we could build a few bridges and avoid any unpleasantness between us.
Well, I'm pleased to see you.
I said you would be.
And you mustn't expect me to say that I approve. Because I can't say what isn't in my heart.
Well, of course you can't know. But perhaps we can agree to differ. I mean, it takes all sorts.
What work does she do, this,
Shirley.
Shirley?
She works at a factory across the road.
Oh, in the office?
No, as a machinist.
I see.
Look, can I get you something? A cup of coffee or a cup of tea?
Yes. A cup of tea might be nice.
Run along then, if it's not too much trouble.
Right, I'll just put the kettle on. I won't be a minute.
She's not much of a homemaker, is she?
Now, we said we'd wait and see. Let's meet the young lady before we jump to any conclusions.
What? Hey, there was fighting in this room.
Yeah, weren't there?
It weren't my fault. Billy just came in. I couldn't stop him.
Well, I've had enough of Billy as there is today.
He's a right loony when he gets going. He wants to knock the lad at the pictures just for looking at
Yeah,
me.
only Martin wasn't just looking at you, was he? Not according to what Sal's just said. You invited him here, right?
I can't help it if he turns up on doorstep.
No, you can't help out, you can't, can you? And what about this? What about the marks on the wall? Suppose you couldn't help that either.
I weren't the one doing the fighting.
No, but you're the one who caused it all. You're the one who started going with Martin Platt when you're supposed to have been going with Billy. And in this house as well, where you've no right inviting people.
She knows that now, Kev. You promise you won't do that again, will you?
Oh, no, promises are no good. You're going.
Hey,
Go on, pack your bags
Oh,
now.
where am I going to go
She's
to?
thrown herself out. She don't know how to behave in other people's houses, so she's not stopping in this one.
Are you going to let him boss you like that, Sal?
If Kevin says you've got to go, well, you better have.
Oh, great. Well, thanks for nothing. And I'll tell you so much, Shala. I'll be glad to get out of your precious little house that you think so special, though I don't know why, because it's only a dingy little dive in the middle of a scratty terrace.
Oh, Kev, where's she gonna go?
I don't care. But wherever it is, I feel sorry for him.
She's my sister.
Yeah, I know. And she's tough as old rope. She'll survive. And let's stop worrying about other people, eh? Start worrying about yourself for a change.
So I am forgiven, am I? For taking this job without telling you?
Ah, go on then. No, I can understand you wanting something different to what you do at shop.
Yeah. I also want something different to being general dog's body to Dave, too. As a matter of fact, I had a word with him about it today.
What?
A partnership. Me buying into the business and running it between us. You know, 50-50.
Well, you're full of surprises, aren't you?
Yeah. He was quite keen on the idea, too. Providing I can come up with the money, of course.
Of course.
I think it'll be a few thousand, but I haven't quite worked out how I'm going to scrape it together. Still, I'm sure I'll think of something. Now then, would you like another drink? Because I know I would. Must be all that climbing up and down ladders.
No, thanks. I'm all right at the moment, Al.
Alec, could you put another pint in there, please?
Hello, young lovers.
Pint of bitter, please, Bet. Love, suppose you want something, do you?
I'll have an orange juice. Well, I'm driving answer. Hey, we're going out for a meal.
Oh, anywhere nice?
No, not really.
Well, it better be.
Well, nice, yes, but not posh. You know, I can't abide them poncy places where you've got to be on your best behaviour all the time.
Well, I can recommend the Black Bull, you know, near the cricket ground. Mind you, it's a bit pricey unless you're celebrating a special occasion.
No.
Yeah, well, we are.
Well, flipping special occasion.
Well, you're taking me out, are you? I mean, that's a special occasion, isn't it?
Oh, I'll ask Emily to join us.
Oh, that's nice. What would you like, Emily? Would you like one?
Of course you would, yes. And I'll have another of these. Thanks.
Well, I could have got my own, couldn't I? I do feel a little guilty.
No, it's all right. What would you like?
A pineapple juice.
Pineapple juice, right. Pineapple juice and
I hope Alan doesn't think I'm intruding.
No, of course not. We weren't talking about our special.
Oh.
Alec, can you do us a favour? Can you make out that you need us later on?
What, to spoil your evening out with your lady wife?
Yes, please.
No, I couldn't do that, Jack. No, we'll cope. You go and enjoy yourself.
Alec, you don't realise what she's like. Give her a plate of scampi and chips and she can be a very demanding woman, I tell you.
Hey, I like the idea of this Black Bull. Sup up and let's go, eh?
Do you think we should give her something to eat, Kev, before she goes?
No.
Oh, but Kevin...
Listen, if she gets her feet back under the table, well, she'll offer to do the washing up. Before we know it, it's late and she'll still be here tomorrow morning, so no.
Well, I'm off then. And where are you going to go? Back home, I suppose. If they won't let me in, I can always sleep in the coal hole. Only, before I go, I just wanted to say, Kevin.
What?
I'm sorry for what's happened and for all them rotten things I said, because they weren't true. I think it's a smashing house, this. I was only jealous because, well, you've seen our house, eh? Well, I'm going now. You won't mind if I come and see you sometime, will you?
No.
Of course we won't. Right, well, see you then. Oh, Kev, she's all right, really.
I'm not saying she isn't.
Do you think we've been hard on her?
No.
Oh, there was something else I forgot to mention.
What?
Well, I left a toothbrush in the bathroom, but don't worry, it's a spare one, so it's always there for next time, eh? See ya.
Nice to see the daffodils out, isn't it? We passed a beautiful display on our way here.
Was that your front door?
Yeah, I think it was. As I said, Shirley had some shopping to do. The things we forgot to get. Hiya, Shirley. We've got visitors. Mum and Dad have just popped in to see us.
Oh, hello.
Mum and Dad, this is Shirley.
I think it's time we were going, don't you, Harry?
Yes, I suppose so.
Hey?
I told you no good would come of this.
Yes, you did, yes.
Now, hang on. You can't just go. What do you think you're doing?
Now, Norman, it was a mistake our coming here. My mistake. I talked your mother into it, but now it's best we leave.
Oh, no, not like this. You're not going like this.
Oh, leave it, Kelly, don't you?
It does matter. It matters hell of a lot.
Now, Norman, we're not going to solve anything by having a shouting match.
Look, you came here to see Shirley. Well, she's there. Look at her.
Look, Norman, will you please step aside and let us out of this room?
Have you ever heard out like it?
Yeah, go on then, go! And take your stupid, blind, ignorant prejudices with you!
Right, that is it. I'm a patient man. I've had to be. But that sort of row goes far beyond the limit.
They've gone. I'm sorry, Shirl. I had no idea.
It's okay. It wasn't your fault.
But they're my parents. How could they?
Because people...
I want no arguments. The noise I've heard from this flat in the last 10 minutes is the last straw.
It didn't sound too wonderful from up here.
I let you have this flat in good faith, and this is how I'm repaid, so I'm telling you. I want you both out of here by the end of the week.
You can't do that.
I said I wanted no arguments. Now, I've made my mind up, and I'm telling you I want you out. Right?
Hey, what do you think about that? I could do with another bag of shirt for me holidays, couldn't I?
Very nice, love.
Well, do you think I should send for it? Because, I mean, if it's not right, you get your money back, so that's no problem.
You can afford it, you send for it, love.
Morning.
You're going in a bit later on, are you?
I don't feel like rushing. I didn't sleep very well.
What colour?
I mean, why do you have to rush into everything?
Rita, what colour?
I don't know. Turquoise.
Yeah. Oh, white's nice with a tan, isn't it?
Look, what is all the drama about? It's a perfectly sound proposition, for God's sake.
Hey, but then again, black's always sexy, isn't it? All right, what's going on?
Nothing to do with you. It's business.
Not a kid. He's entitled to know. This bloke that your dad's doing these burglar alarms with, seems he wants him to go into partnership with him.
Hey, great. Have you been more skilled than those videos, eh?
You see?
Yeah? Well, there's just one little snag. Well, two, actually. One not so little.
Yeah. What she means is that I've got to find about £6,000 to put in.
Well, can you get it?
No.
Yes, if I lend it him.
Have you got it?
I've got a bob or two, yes. But it's in the building society. Insurance for my old age.
Talk about negative attitudes. Rita, you will get it all back, every penny, with interest.
And if I don't, that's the other little snag. He's only known this Dave Craig 10 minutes. Only been doing job for 5.
Why do women always exaggerate?
I just think you're jumping the gun, Alan. I mean, rushing in to chuck all that money away on something that you know practically naught about.
You don't give me credit for anything, do you? Do you know there are times when you treat me just like I'm a kid?
Well, that's how kids behave, isn't it? I want it now.
Thanks a bunch.
They haven't all got old heads on their shoulders like you, madam.
Look, it seems to me that if it's a good proposition...
You
then
said she had an old head on her
Look,
shoulders,
Jenny,
right?
all I am asking him to do is to hang on. Say for 6 months. See if it is a good proposition and not just pie in the sky.
The offer won't be there in 6 months, will it? In 6 months' time, some other bloke will have got in and got his feet under the table and be making a packet.
Or lost the lot.
Look, just forget it, eh? I might just as well talk to that wall. I don't know why I brought it up in the first place.
You know what bugs me? I was daft enough to think what we did with our lives was down to us.
It is, love. We don't have to take notice of any of them. Stuff them.
But how can you not mind what my mum said to you? How can you just forget it?
I did mind, and I can't forget it. But I can live with it. I have to live with worse.
You shouldn't have to.
Yeah, well, it's not that kind of world, is it? There's lots of things we shouldn't have to put up with, but we do.
So what are you going to do? Just lie down and let them walk all over you?
No. Walk away and let them get on with it. You can't change someone like her, Curly. She's locked into her prejudices like she was locked in a cage, and you can't let her out because she doesn't want to come out.
I was just so ashamed.
You're not your mother. I can't distinguish between the two.
It wouldn't be so bad if it was just her, but we don't have to see her.
Oh, our friendly local landlord, you mean? She's done him a favour. Any road has been looking for an excuse to chuck us out.
Right then. We won't go. You can't make us.
You've done nothing wrong.
Right then.
Right. We've convinced us. All we have to do now is convince him.
Well, I'll go down and have a word, try to convince him he's being unreasonable.
Do you want me to come with you?
No, I'll handle it. Look, forget about Alf Roberts for a minute, will you? Happy birthday, and millions of them.
Oh, Curly, I do love you.
Well, you're going to open it?
In a minute. You wouldn't have all this aggro if it weren't for me, would you?
How do you mean?
Well, if I moved out, he'd let you stay.
Is that what you want to do?
Oh, you know it isn't.
So, you think it's working then? Us?
Well, I've been out with a few boys. Some I've liked more than others, but you're the only one I felt right with. Warm and safe with. Well, I'm not all the time wondering, oh, what does he mean by that?
Doesn't sound wildly exciting.
It's very exciting. What about you?
Yeah, well, I feel the same. And you're right, love. Stuff them.
A lot of them.
Well, it puts me in a lousy position then, because I'm piggy and rotten middle me, aren't I?
Don't talk to me about family rows. So what happened then?
Well, Kev said she had to go.
What did you say?
Well, what could I say? I've no intention of my marriage failing because of Gina's love life.
Imagine knowing Martin Platt. I'd never cast him for the other fella, never.
Yeah, you see, Jenny must have hidden talents. I thought you would have sussed that out when you went to France.
No, it wasn't that kind of relationship. Hey, maybe I should find out what I've been missing, eh?
It wasn't the messing about, though, because we're not 95, you know, for Pete's sake. But the fight between Martin and Billy, well, Jenny, that was just it, you know what I mean? I mean, Gina's caused enough trouble, you know, from the off.
So where's she gone now, then?
Well, she's gone back to my mum's, but she won't stop there long.
Excuse me,
Yes, Mr. Sugden.
am I right in thinking this is a shop?
Yes, you are, Mr. Sugden. It's a self-service shop.
Oh, I see. So if I put this back on the shelf and take another and go through that door without saying a word, it'll be all right, will it?
No, it won't. What's up with it?
It's tomato.
So?
I wanted farmhouse vegetable.
Oh,
It's easy to make a mistake when you're in a rush, which I invariably am. I was just saying, a bit more service and a bit less gossip in the shop wouldn't go amiss.
Thanks for the tip, Percy.
Right, kid, I'll be off. I'll see you.
All right, see you, Jen.
Boy, heck, you don't do too grand. I've seen more colour in a boiled potato.
Yeah, well, I must admit that I don't feel much like climbing Mount Everest
There
today.
you go. Hey, I told you not to come in today, didn't I?
What you want to do is get back to bed with alt whiskey.
Could I have a word, please, Mr. Roberts?
No, you can't. He's ill. He's going back home to bed, aren't you?
So it's not convenient now?
No, it's not.
Right.
Listen, can you manage, Sally?
Of course you can manage. The lass is very capable when she's not gabbing.
Hey, I'm going to see if you can get hold of a doctor.
I wouldn't have disturbed you, but these came this morning. I thought they might be important.
Thanks. You weren't disturbing me. I can't concentrate on my books any road.
No. Well, I suppose settling into a new lifestyle does take a certain degree of adjustment.
It's not us adjusting, it's other people adjusting to us.
Well, you can't expect things to be straightforward, Norman, when you choose openly to flout convention. Whose birthday is it?
Yeah. Shirley's. On a rotten birthday she's having and all.
I did try to warn you that there might be problems in a relationship of this sort.
It'd be all right if they just left us alone. My man came round last night and made Shirley feel like something that wouldn't have the nerve to crawl from under a stone. Alf Roberts is chucking us out on the street.
He's what?
Well, I went down to try and talk him out of it, but he's gone home ill. I don't know where we are.
Oh, surely he wouldn't just evict you.
Well, he's been waiting for a chance. My mum's slagging us off, played right into his hands. What gives people the right to treat us like dirt? I mean, who are we harming? Just because two people want to be together. Why is that such a terrible sin?
So what is it, Al? What's the matter?
Nothing's the matter. I just decided I wanted the morning off, that's all.
It's not what Percy said.
Percy, what does he know?
He was in the cafe. He was worried about you. That's why I came round.
He'd put British Telecom out of business single-handed, that fella.
He said he told you to go home, go to bed and fetch the doctor.
I'm having no doctor. The only advice I've taken of Percy's is this.
Is that wise?
I don't know if it's wise. It's doing me good.
Alf, don't you think you better let a doctor have a look at you?
No, what is the point? What's he going to do? Is he going to prescribe a missing wife?
Oh, I see. Is that what all this is about?
Well, what do you think it's about? I mean, she goes off, she leaves me, she's away Lord knows how long. I've no idea when she's coming back. I mean, I'm neither fish nor fowl. She tells me nothing. I'm a married man, living on me Todd. I make my own meals, I do my own washing, I sleep by myself, I talk to myself. Sometimes I think I'm going balmy.
I know, Alf. It's not easy for me either.
Yeah, well, she's done it to us, hasn't she? Both of us. I mean, she's in Canada, hanging around this fella, and we're stuck here. I mean, we could be on another planet, you know. You and me, as far as she's concerned. You, me, and the kids.
Alf, don't.
Well, that's you're going through it as well, aren't you, love? No, the thing is, I don't know how long I can go on doing this, you know. Putting up with things. Making out everything's all right. When's she coming back?
Little Missy's not joining you today, then, Doc?
No, she's on her own in the shop. House a bit off colour.
I know, and it's no wonder. He's another that can't function without his missus.
Thanks, Tom.
Hello. I'll take a portion of that off your hands.
Oh, right.
Where's Shirley?
Why act all women enough for you now?
It's a birthday. I wanted to buy her a drink.
How do you know it's a birthday?
Well, she told me once. 11th of April, same day as our Margaret's. I remember things like that.
Well, I think there's something peculiar about a fellow that remembers birthdays and anniversaries.
Oh, yeah, and what's that?
There's not enough of them.
Yeah. No, Shirley's too busy with her own private life. Love to bother with likes of us at the moment.
Oh, yeah, love's young dream, is it?
Hey, you, don't be sarky.
Who's been sarky? I'm jealous.
Well, I'm not sure there's ought to be jealous over. It's overrated, all this love business.
Will you look at her? If it weren't for her, Barbara Cartland would never know where she'll get her next pair of eyelashes from.
Yeah, but look at all the trouble it lands you in.
Yes, Lord, yes, but we're not all married to your Jack, are we?
Yeah, well, I was thinking about Audrey Roberts.
What's he got to do with her?
Well, it's obvious, isn't it? She ain't gone to Canada to see her sister. No other fella involved. You'll mark my words. There'll be another divorce in that family before you're out. Yes.
Hiya.
I'm not so sure it's such a good idea, you doing all this studying.
Why?
Well, because when you know everything about everything, you're not going to want to stop with a dummy like me, are you?
You're not a dummy.
I'm pig ignorant, eh?
That's easy remedied. Anyone can learn if they want to.
Even me?
Will you stop putting yourself down? You're not a fool, you know. Look, I'll tell you what, I'll get you some books. Educating Shirley.
I bet if we both had a string of letters after us names, they'd treat us with a bit more respect, eh?
Aye.
My night off tonight, how you fixed?
I'm free.
I'm talking to Don for taxi. Do you fancy a lad's night out?
No, he doesn't.
Do you?
No.
You know, it's funny, I could have sworn I learned to talk. Yeah, I did. Must be about 50 years ago now.
Well, I'm sorry. Go on, you go if you want to.
Translated, that means don't you flaming dare.
Look, I've no objections to you going out tonight, as long as it's forced.
Do you mean that? Right, I'll just go and have a word with Glo, see if she's got a nice mate for you. Only joking, my little swamp duck. Hey, no.
Hello, love. I'll have a vodka and tonic, love, please. Hello, Deirdre. You waiting for Ken?
No, I was seeing him, but he's had to dash off to talk to some woman in Nelson Street. She just won a job on Concord.
Oh, lucky lady. How's he liking his new job?
Oh, all right. Actually, it's not the job that's new so much as the setup. He still wishes he could have got it alone.
Well, isn't he better off this way?
No, he'd have preferred being his own boss.
Oh, but I mean, he's part of an organisation, isn't he? I mean, he's got all the security without any of the risks.
That's what he wanted, the chance to take a risk. You know, it was the challenge that appealed to him.
And you were prepared to back him?
I must have been. I'd agreed to gamble our life savings and the roof over our head on it.
That's asking a hell of a lot, isn't it?
Well, sometimes you've just got to lay yourself on the line. You know, you can't always play it safe. And this was the most important decision he's ever likely to make. If I'd not backed him, it would have looked as if I was saying I'd, well, no faith in him. Besides, I'm pretty sure he'd have made it work. But we left it too late, and now we'll never know.
Hello. Oh, give over. Brian, you come over here a minute. Has Gail heard any news about tomorrow?
Well, what sort of news?
Like, when is she coming home? I am getting sick of snide insinuations round here.
Well, how does it affect you?
Because, like it or not, I am family, that's why, Brian.
I think it's Al's problem, ma'am, not yours.
Let it go.
Get you one in? Already got one. Take yourself. I'll have a pint, please, Betty.
OK, Doc.
What's your special today?
Hot pot.
A dollop of that as well, please.
Okay. Needs more salt.
I'll bear that in mind, Percy. Look, mate, I've got enough aggro on the home front. I don't need it at work as well. Yeah. Well, stop getting at me then. I brought Billy in good faith. All right, I made a mistake. I apologise. What more do you want, blood? Look, I'll set for a smoking peace pipe, all right?
Hiya.
Richard is. Oh, hello.
Deirdre, can I get you another one of those, or would you like some of this?
No, thanks, love. I've got to be off. I've got a meeting at 2:30, and I've got some shopping to do as well. The cupboard's bare.
See you. Bye now. What about you, love?
I haven't finished this. I didn't expect to see you in here.
Ah, life's full of surprises, eh?
You say that again.
Gloria, a large scotch, please.
At dinner time?
Yeah, I'm celebrating.
You haven't told that Dave Craig you're going in with him, have you?
No, how could I? Well, I've got no ready, have I?
So what are you celebrating?
Having made a decision all on my own without having to ask anyone's permission.
What decision?
To go and work abroad again.
To do what?
Well, if I'm going into business on my own, I need cash, don't I? And as you've so rightly pointed out, I haven't got any, have I? So I'm going to take myself off and earn some. Simple as that.
For how long?
Oh, I don't know. 3 months, 6 months. As long as it takes. Cheers.
I know these ready-made meals are all very convenient for the working woman, but they don't half give me a guilt complex.
They don't give me.
If I've not peeled, chopped and cooked everything myself, I feel like a failure as a wife and mother.
Rubbish.
It's centuries of conditioning, love. You're lucky. My generation's probably the last to suffer from it.
Are you going to have it then?
Yes, of course I am. I just have to have this little moral argument with myself first. Besides, I can't cook chicken supreme half as good.
It's all, isn't it?
Right.
Hello, Deirdre. Hiya.
Thank you.
Has Alf come back?
No, he's still at home.
Oh, I gather he wasn't feeling too brilliant.
Oh, God, it's not his art again, is it?
No, I shouldn't think so. It's probably all the aggravation he's been having.
Well, he's brought that on himself, throwing people out like that.
Hope you don't mind me pushing in, but we've run out of red cabbage and
Who's he thrown out?
Oh, nothing. I thought you meant,
No, I'm talking about because his wife's been away so long. Oh, you don't mean Curly and Shirley?
Oh, no, surely not. He wouldn't do that.
Well, he has. He's told them to go.
Oh, they've only just moved in. They were that thrilled.
well, I suppose he can't accept the situation with them just living together, sort of thing.
Well, he knew that when he let him have the flat.
I guess, but they weren't very straightforward with him, were they? He thought that Curly was just moving in. He didn't know about her till the last minute.
Oh, it's still no reason to throw him out, though.
Well, Norman's parents came round last night, and I gather his mother made a bit of a scene when she met Shirley. You can imagine.
Well, yeah, that's a shame, but how is that Alf's problem?
Well, and it seems he heard the row and claims he doesn't want any more bother.
Yeah, if you ask me, he's just looking for an excuse.
Well, I think it's a lousy thing to do. Somebody should tell him.
Oh, no, I don't agree. Them two are quite big enough to fight their own battles. I mean, Al's got enough to contend with without every Tom, Dick and Harry trying to tell him how to run his life.
Never mind, Alf. What about Curly and Shirley? I mean, it's hard enough for a young couple setting out in life with no money as it is, isn't it? When they've got everything else stacked against them as well. What chance have they got?
Oh, are you, super stud?
Give over, will you, Jenny?
Man, give over. I've been hearing fascinating things about you.
Yeah, well, you shouldn't believe everything you hear, should you?
Oh, so it's not true then that you were nipping in the back for naughties with Gina while her boyfriend was walking out the front?
I will. It wasn't like that at all, was it?
Oh, no. And that he came back, caught you at it and bashed hell out of you.
I gave him as good as I got.
My. It's certainly changed since we were in France. Most daring thing you did then was pick grapes with your t-shirt off. You've been smart sex pot.
Oh, knock it off.
So you imagine?
Sure are.
Hiya, Marty.
Hi, what are you doing here?
Are you pleased to see me?
Of course I am.
Well, I was chucked out in such a rush, I left all my makeup in Sal's bathroom. You know, I'm naked without my purple eyeliner. Are you going to buy me a drink?
I thought you were going to pick some up.
Well, I'll pick the key up from
Sorry,
Sal's later.
Hmm?
This is nice, isn't it, eh?
Lovely.
Do you know if they sell pina coladas in here? What did you buy, you mean?
Oh, somewhere like that. Anywhere where he can earn a lot of money in a short time.
Poor Dad.
You what?
Well, I don't suppose he wants to go back and see why he has to.
Well, I can't. We have a good life here, the three of us. We go short of nothing. What does he want to go killing himself in all that heat and dust and God knows what for at his age?
Because he's got his pride, hasn't he? Do you think he likes living off you?
He doesn't. He runs the video business.
Oh, come on, Rita. What's that with a titchy bit of space in your shop? It's your shop, your house, your money that pays most of the bills.
I don't mind.
He does.
Oh, he doesn't mind asking for more of my money to stake him in this partnership, though, does he?
Well, there's a loan. Look, if you were really worried about him going working abroad again, you'd let him have it.
Did he put you up to saying this?
No, he didn't. It seems to me, Rita, you've got to take a chance on people sometimes. If you've got any faith in them at all, that is.
You should eat something.
I will do later. Gail's brought something round and shoved it in the oven.
Oh, she's a considerate girl.
She's got more sense of responsibility than the mother. That's for sure.
Alf, I don't like bothering you when you're not too well.
There's nothing wrong with me. If I'm suffering from anything, it's from neglect. But try telling her that.
Well, I'm sorry you're having a tough time, but there's really no cause to take it out on poor Norman.
Oh, I see. That's what it is, eh? You're not concerned about me. You come round checking up on your little chicken, have you?
I hate to see anybody being unfairly treated.
Well, what about me being unfairly treated? That lad lied to me. He swore he was going to that flat. He got that flat under false pretences.
Oh, I'm sure that wasn't deliberate. He and Shirley decided to share after he made his agreement with you, though they did tell you at that point.
That when it was too late for me to back out.
Yeah, but you're backing out now when they're actually installed. That's worse.
You didn't hear the argy-bargy last night. You won't put up with that in your house, that's for sure.
Oh, you can't blame Norman for his mother's behaviour. And anyway, I mean, she's hardly likely to be on the doorstep. I doubt she'll ever set foot in the place again.
Right. You've changed your tune. You were the one that was all prunes and prisms when they said they were shacking up together.
It still doesn't mean that I approve of their setup. But two wrongs don't make a right, and you're wrong to tell them to go.
Look, let them do what they like. They can stay, they can go. It's all the same to me because I've got enough on my plate at the moment.
Thank you.
It's only a token candle. It wouldn't fit any more on.
What do you mean a lot, you cheeky devil? No, honestly, love, it's smashing.
Go on then, blow it out, make a wish.
No prizes for guessing what I'm wishing for, eh? Talk about perfect time.
Do you think that's him?
Should we cut the cake before or after we finish packing?
We are not going anywhere without a fight.
Do I get a slice? I think I've earned it. Alf says you can stay.
Oh, great.
There's still plenty of hot water if you want one.
Yeah, in a bit.
Alan, about you going away.
I don't want to talk about it, Rita. It's finished.
I've been thinking about the risk involved.
Oh, don't worry. I'll have all the jobs before I go, and I won't let them catch me boozing. I'll be all right.
I mean, the risk involved to me in lending you the money. And I'm prepared to do it.
What?
If you still want the cash, you can have it. You can tell Dave Craig tomorrow to go ahead with the partnership. And I wish you luck. I really do. I only hope you're doing the right thing.
Oi, let's be having you.
Hello, Mr. Tugden, what's up?
Where's your gaffer?
Well, he shouldn't be there. He's usually in there at this time.
He's late on parade, isn't he? A very serious offence, that, in the army.
Oh, I'll go and get keys for you. I'll open it up in a minute.
Oh, I can't be waiting this pleasure. Tell him he's Mr. Valued Customer.
Well, if you just hang on, Mr. Sugden, I'll open up for you.
No, time and tide wait for no man. Neither does Percy Sugden. I'll shop somewhere else. Morning.
Morning.
I hope you're not in need of anything from the corner shop because it's not open.
No, well, we do our shopping at a civilised hour, Rose. He must be in a right state, that fella.
Who, Percy?
No, Alf Roberts. He must be going down Nick fast then. And you know why, don't you? What are you bound to do, aren't you, being family?
Really, what you on about?
Come off it. She's left him, hasn't she, that Audrey?
I don't know what you're talking about, dear. I know nothing about it.
Give over. You don't expect me to believe all that stuff about her being in Canada, looking after her sick sister. Come on, give us the full strength.
I don't know, and I don't care. I've tried to find out what's happened, and I've been tied up to mind my own business.
Hey, well, that proves it then. She has left him. She's gone for somebody with longer arms and shorter pockets.
What's to do? What's all this buying about? Look, come in, I don't want to stand on the doorstep. Good grief, it's never 8:30, is it?
If you give me keys, I'll open up for you. I've just had Percy Sugden hammering on the door morning because you're not open.
Percy flipping Sugden. I don't want keys now. Oh, there. Here, love, you go open up and I'll be there as soon as I can.
All right. Are you all right, Mr. Roberts?
Well, I don't feel 100%, no.
Well, I'll tell you what, I can manage the shop. How about a proper breakfast cooking? I'll go and get some bacon.
Look,
It won't take me a minute.
Just go open the shop up with it.
Your health's more important than the shop, Mr. Roberts. You're not looking after yourself proper.
Never mind the lectures, love. Will you please just go open the shop? I'll be with you in an hour or so.
Okay.
I say, I reckon there's still a bit of talk about Mrs. Roberts and me, is there? You know, with her being away so long.
Well, you know what they're like round here, Mr. Roberts. You can't say hello to a milkman without somebody making something out of it.
Yeah, what they're saying about Audrey and me. Come on, Sally, I want to know.
Well, they do say that it's a bit funny that she's been away as long as she has. But honest, Mr. Roberts, I don't tell them anything, so if they're coming to me for some juicy gossip, then they're out of luck.
Oh, thanks, love. Anyway, you go open up. I'll be with you soon.
Oh.
Mind, you're not surprised they're talking. It's no wonder they think she left me. For all I know, happened the right. Anyway, blow the lot of them.
Right, I'm off to school now. We're writing essays on Wordsworth today.
On last gasp as usual, I notice.
Well, what about you? Maybe she'll think you've abandoned her.
Maybe she'll manage. Anyway, I want to word with your dad before I go to cabin.
Is he still talking about going working abroad again?
Well, he was, yes.
You know what? He would do and all. He's mad enough. And he won't take any notice of what I say. He only listens to you, you know.
It won't come to that, I promise you, so don't worry about it.
Hey, you're going to be late for school.
All right, I'm going. See you.
Ta-ra.
Ta-ra, Rita.
What's she not got to worry about?
Oh, you heard that bit, did you?
Yeah.
About you going off to foreign parts. That's what worries her.
Well, it's an option, Rita, and I've got to consider it. Especially if it's the only way I can get hold of the money to go into partnership with Dave Craig.
It isn't the only way, and you know it. I've said I'll lend you the money, haven't I?
Oh, yeah, but it was the way you said it. I don't want you lending money if you're not happy about it.
I didn't say I wasn't happy about it.
Well, you could have fooled me. From the moment I said I could go in with Dave Craig, you have been poo-pooing that idea.
All I'm saying is that burglar alarm business is all new to you, isn't it? Something you're only just getting into. I'd have thought you'd have been a bit more canny about it. I mean, take your time before you go jumping in, that's all.
Rita, when a good chance comes along, you grab it. They don't come along all that often.
All right, I'm not arguing. I said I'd go to Building Society this morning and get the 6,000 that you need.
Yes, but I don't want you to do anything you're not happy about, because if you've got no faith in me and you've got no faith
Alan,
in my
I
judgment...
have got faith in you. And if you want me to say I'm happy about giving you the money, all right, I'm saying it.
Lending, not giving, you're going to get it all back.
Will you stop being so touchy? All right. It's an investment. It's an investment in you.
It's the smartest move you'll ever make.
Look, it's all very well her going to Canada because your sister's poorly, but she's got a poorly husband at home. I mean, he should come first.
Is this a lot, Mrs. Turpin?
Yeah, go on, reckon me up, Lovey. I mean, he's had one heart attack already. Has he stopped at home again today?
No, he's in back doing some deliveries.
And he's not looking after himself properly. His wife should be here. I mean, what do you think?
Well, I'm not passing my opinion, Mrs. Turpin, because, to be honest, it's none of my business. 227, please.
Right, oh, Lovey. Oh, morning, Gail. Any news from your mum? I mean, has she said when she's coming back?
No, not to me, anyway.
Oh, it's your auntie she's gone to see, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Well, I'll get back to work.
Bye.
Ta-ra, love.
Do you know, Gail, I am sick of people asking me about your mum. I know the feeling. Hello? No, this is the shop, not the flat. No, I can't, because there's no extension. No, I can't fetch her to the phone. She'll be at work. Yeah, I suppose she'll be back at dinner time. All right, bye.
Oh, telephone. Was it Audrey?
No, it was some woman wanting Shirley.
Yeah, I might have known it won't be Audrey. The only time she rings up is awkward times like 1 o'clock in the morning, and when she does, it's just to ask me to send more money. Oh, hello, Gil.
Noel?
2 lights, 2 lagers, innit?
Yes, please, love.
2 halves of lager, Jack. And tonic water for me.
Tonic water? What's the matter? You got a dose of malaria coming on? Come on, get it fine now.
I'm driving, Anna.
Well, a fight won't kill you.
Actually, somebody else, though, eh? Anyway, I've got a licence to keep. It's my living. You got yours took off your head.
Oh, I know where you got that from, our flaming Vera. The trouble with her is she thinks if she keeps her mouth shut for more than 5 minutes at a time, it's going to heal up.
Hey, there's your Brian. I bet he knows where Audrey Roberts has gone. I know with the know. I'll ask him, shall I? You do no such thing.
Hi, Mum. Vera.
Brian Silsey. I'd like a word with you.
Getting the pipe, Brian?
Yeah.
What's up?
Audrey Roberts. Brian, why am I being kept in the dark?
Oh, Mum.
Don't you all mum me. There's some fishy going on and you know what it is. Now, am I family or am I not?
Mum, don't ask, eh?
You don't trust me, do you? You and Gail, that's what it is.
I've been asked to keep it quiet, so I am.
She doesn't mean me, you silly bat. I'm your mother.
Leave it, will you?
Right.
Wouldn't tell you, would he? But he knows, though, doesn't he?
Knows what?
Brian knows where Audrey Roberts has gone and why. Yeah, wouldn't even tell his own mother.
I reckon he's doing you a favour, love.
Oh, yeah, and how do you get that out?
Well, what you don't know, you can't tell. So there's no point in Vera minding you. Clever lad, you're Brian.
The last thing Alf wants is bother. I mean, you know, with him being so poorly.
What bothers this? Has somebody been falling out with it?
Oh, it's them two that have moved into the flat. They're giving a lot of aggravation, aren't they?
Oh, I don't think so, Betty. I mean, I know Norman. And all the time he was lodging with me, he never gave me the slightest trouble.
Ah, not got a girlfriend then, had he?
She's quite wrong about Norman.
Oh, but be honest, Emily. I mean, did you ever think you'd see him living over A, the brush, and B, the corner shop?
Well, no, but he's a very decent boy. Knowing Norman, I think he'll want to get married. And they do seem very settled. Norman was going out to buy a bed this morning. Oh, really, Deirdre?
Come on. All right, mind the wallpaper.
I'm not even in yet. To me a bit, Martin.
There you go. Sound. Well, listen, I'll give you a lift through to the other room if you want.
No, it's all right. Me and Shirley can manage that. It was just the stairs.
Do you fancy a cup of tea, Martin, and a sandwich or something?
Well, no, I was going to get a pint down the Rovers.
Here.
Oh.
Have it on us.
Oh, cheers, mate.
Right.
All right, ta-ra.
Ta-ra. Hey, it was a bargain, this. Dead springy mattress. Hey, have a go.
Hey, yeah, it's great.
Hey, shh, you've got some visitors. I've just met them on the stairs.
Visitors?
Yeah.
Come in, love.
Mum! What are you doing here?
Well, seeing you won't bring this chap you're living with to meet me and your father, I've come to have a look at him. Is this him?
Yeah. Curly, this is my mum, and this is Mrs. DeLuca.
Nice to meet you, Mrs. Armitage.
I wish I could say the same.
There's an old saying that's very true. A fool and his money are soon parted.
Look, Percy, I'm thinking.
If you'll take my advice, you'll go out through that door to the nearest grid and put your pool's money down that. That way, at least you'll save the price of a postage stamp.
Would you give over my brain? I'm trying to think.
If you were capable of thinking, you wouldn't be filling in football coupons.
Look, I am not just putting these X's down at random, you know. I'm studying form, aren't I, Percy? For instance, QPR. Back end of the season, not a lot to play for. Sounds like a draw. But then again, you see, could be a no-score draw. Form, that's what you've got to weigh up, Percy, lad. Most games studying form.
At last, somebody else beside myself in this alehouse has spoken a bit of sense.
Look, thousands go off form, so even if your draws come up, you only win a few quid. Yes, but I use a special factor, don't I? Psychology.
Codology, more like.
Some do special numbers, you know, like birthdays, ages, things like that. Bloke I knew based all his numbers on his wife's measurements. Oh. Started with a wrist, you see, 4 inches, I think it was, so number 4. Like that all over the body. Don't tell me, a bus kept letting him down. No, 140,000 quid.
Which just goes to show that all your cogitating is a waste of effort.
No, what it goes to show, Percy, is there's a lot of money to be won. I'll tell you what, though, I'm not using Alvera's measurements. Too much of a cluster in the Scottish second division.
Right, get the jug. You can't have it, no, you can't have it, okay? Hiya. All right. Martin, all right. What are you having, mate? A pint, please. Cheers. Yes, please, Gloria. Same again. No, I'll have a pint as well, please. So another pint and half, please. What's amusing you?
It's just Curly. Hey, I've been helping him drag a double bed round, so he's loving it today, you know.
Oh, you shouldn't laugh at him. We've had a lot of trouble finding a bed, him and Shirley.
I reckon his troubles have just started. How come? Well, Shirley's mum's just turned up, walked in on while we're testing the mattress.
Do you like orange? If you want lemonade, I can nip downstairs and get you some. That's one of the advantages of living over a corner shop.
Shirley? Yes, love? Are you coming back home with us? Oh, this is home for me now, Luce. I live here.
With him?
Yes, and don't call him him.
My friends call me Curly.
Didn't your mother give you a proper Christian name?
Oh, yes, yes. Norman, actually, but I'm not that keen on it, you know.
Well, my daughter Shirley was christened, and she had a Christian upbringing. Though nobody'd think it to look at her now.
What are you on about, Mum?
You know what I'm on about. You're living with this one, aren't you? In sin. Unless you're gone and married him under quiet.
No, of course I haven't. You're embarrassing me, Mum.
You should be more than embarrassed. You should be downright ashamed.
Well, I'm not. So don't go on at me, all right?
Perhaps you two should have a chat in private.
No. You stop here.
Well, I know you're ashamed of something, Shirley. But I don't know whether it's him you're ashamed of or us, your own family.
I'm not ashamed of anybody.
Well, why haven't you brought him to meet us then? Eh? I want to know. First thing her dad said, why has she brought the Booga Yaga home, he said. Is she frightened? Well, sure. And the next thing you know, you've left home and living with him, and me and your dad still haven't clapped eyes on him. Right, I said. If she won't bring him to meet us, I'm going over there to meet him.
All right. So now you've met him?
Yes. Now I've met him.
Are you sure you'll be all right?
I'm not an invalid, love. Look, you just go get your dinner.
Okay, I'll not stop long.
All right.
Hey, hello, love.
Hello. How's Rita?
I'm fine. More to the point, how are you?
Oh, hello. You've been hearing all the stories, have you? I bet you've been told a load of rubbish.
Hang on. All I've been told is you weren't so well, that's all.
Oh, aye. Well, sorry I got shirty with you. It's just I've got a lot on my plate at the moment.
Well, the new tenant's upstairs, Audrey away in a shop to run. I'm not surprised. I bet you're not feeding yourself properly either, are you? Tell you what, come to our house tonight, have a meal with us.
Do you really mean it?
I wouldn't ask if I didn't, would I?
More tea, Mrs. Armitage?
No, thank you.
Mum, I've got to get back to work in 5 minutes. I'm not chucking you out.
Yeah, I've got to get back to college as well.
College? You're a teacher then?
No, not exactly. I'm a mature student.
I might have known. So you're not just living with him, he's got you keeping him as well?
No, Mum, don't be silly.
I do have a grant, Mrs. Armitage, and I work at the weekends.
Doing what?
Well, it's sort of salesmanship. Personalised selling in your own home.
Mum, I've got to get back to work.
All right, Shirley. I can see you're dying to get shut of me.
Mum? I want to go to the toilet. Oh, come on, Luce, I'll show you.
I suspect you thought Shirley could have done better for herself.
It's not just money. Money is not the main thing.
I agree, but it helps. It's my intention to equip myself to be able to get a decent wage. That's why I've gone back to college. I'm studying business.
We've always had to work in our family. Nobody has ever given us anything for nothing. Shirley can keep herself. I'm not worried about that. But I don't want to see her messing her life up.
Look, I know you're worried about her, and you don't even know me, but... See, what we've done here, we've not done it on the spur of the moment. We've known each other a good while.
Why has she not brought you to meet us then?
I don't know. But I know you're worried about her. Look, all I'm trying to say is she won't get hurt, Mrs. Armitage. Not by me or anyone else, if I can help it.
Oh, what's been going on? Have you been nasty, Mum?
Shirley, you better bring Norman for dinner on Sunday.
Sunday? I don't know what we're doing on Sunday. We might have other arrangements.
Sunday will be fine. Thank you very much, Mrs. Armitage.
As I was saying the other day, Mr. Bradley, for the price, it's a very genuine vehicle.
Yeah, it's not bad.
For that kind of money, you'll not do better, believe me.
Yeah, I know. It's just that my plans have changed a bit since I saw you the other day.
Ah, well, now this is a different class of vehicle altogether.
Yeah, I know.
Well, how do I look? Have you got a vest on?
Rita.
Very nice. Who's it all in aid of?
Oh, you don't know. Ronnie Lester. Nobody special.
Well, don't stay out late.
You do.
That could be Al.
I'll get it.
Hello.
Hi, Mr. Roberts. Come in.
My word, you look smart.
Thank you. We do make an effort every now and again, you know. Right, I'll see you.
Have a nice time, love.
Ah, ta-ra.
Ta-ra.
Oh, want a bottle of wine.
Oh, Al, that's kind. Thank you. I'll take your coat off. Make yourself comfortable.
Hey, young Jenny, eh? Young woman now, not a schoolgirl.
Well, she's both, and it's not easy. I wouldn't be her age again for a gold clock. Mind you, wouldn't mind being 25 again, Al.
You're all right as you are. Oh, Alan not back yet?
No, he rang 10 minutes in, so a bit of business cropped up, so he'll be back later. We'll eat without him. Roast chicken, do you?
Smashing. It's ages since I had roast chicken.
Right, well, I'll just go and put roast taters on. So, will you help yourself to a drink and make me one, love? I'll have a vodka and tonic, love.
Right, love. Here, it's ages since I had chicken. Mind you, it's ages since I had a lot of things.
I'm telling you, it'll be awful. My mum will keep dropping heavy hints about us living in sin.
Look, compared to my mum, I thought your mum wasn't too bad.
Yeah, well, wait till you meet my dad. Him and your mum might have a lot in common.
Impossible.
No, it's not. Because my dad might look at you the way your mum looked at me.
Oh.
Which is why I haven't taken you home yet. And why I don't fancy going for dinner on Sunday. I suppose if you can stand my dad, I can stand your mum.
Oh, let's forget about other people, eh? Let them get on with their lives and we'll get on with ours.
You're right, you know.
Haven't we best be making a move?
No, we've got a bit yet, love.
Where are you? Pictures. Keyboard, they never let you two in. It's teenagers only now.
Oh.
I thought we were getting some funny looks at back row last week.
Hey, the back row. Them were the days, weren't they?
Still are, mate. You're Skyville.
Oh, you give over, you. He believes every word you tell him, you know.
Hi, done what you having?
We've got time for another one, mate.
No, we're late now.
Another time, mate.
I'll have a pint and a gin and tonic, please, Jack.
Your mother's not talking to me now.
Well, you know why, don't you? She had another go at me again at dinner time.
You didn't tell her anything?
No, but I'm fed up of her moaning at me all the time. Why don't you just let her into the secret?
No.
I don't understand what you're so uptight about.
Ryan, I've got a brother in Canada I never knew I had, and you wonder why I'm uptight? I don't understand it. I don't even know what I feel about it. The last thing I want to do is talk about it. So nobody gets to know, all right? Nobody.
Well, I have to say this, Rita. This business of Alan's must have been very important to miss a feed like that. Because that was the nicest meal I've had since, I don't know, well, anyway, since Audrey went away.
When's she coming back?
Well, when she bothers to ring me, that's what I keep asking her. I mean, I think that's a fair question, don't you?
Yes, I'd say so.
Yeah, well, that's because you're a fair woman, Rita. Audrey just tells me to stop mithering. I bet you wonder what's happening, don't you?
I'm not asking. I can mind my own business.
Ah, well, that's because you're the sort of woman you are, you see. You see, the trouble with Audrey is... Well, her trouble... You see, the thing is, when you get married at our time of life, you're marrying into somebody else's past history. Oh, can I get you one?
No, I'm all right with yourself.
Yeah. I'll tell you something now. You know, Audrey was never married before she married me. And she had a child.
Well, I know. I work next door to her.
Oh, no, I don't mean Gail. No, a son she had before Gail. She had him adopted. Never said a word to me. Gail reckons she didn't know either. That's why she's gone to Canada. That's where the lad is. Well, he's a fella now, isn't he? Anyway, he had an accident and they reckoned he was dying. And he wanted to speak to her, so that's where he went. He seems to be getting better now, though. And when Audrey comes back, I don't know. I don't even know if she wants to.
And how do you feel about all that?
Me? I don't know. You turned me down, didn't you? More than once I've wished you hadn't, you know. You're a smashing woman, Rita.
Alf, I think you're a little bit tiddly.
I am. It's right what I'm saying, though. The saddest words of mice and men, what might have been. True, is that?
Hello, Alan.
Sorry I'm late. Hi, Alf. How are you?
Well, I'm a trifle K-light. I think I'd better go.
No, you're all right. Stay there. I'm going to have a drink myself now.
No, I think you better, Alan. Listen, you get an early night, Alf.
I will. You know, you've got a princess here, Alan. Princess.
Yeah, I know. She keeps telling me.
Don't worry about me. I'll be all right.
Rita's right, Alf. Got a good night's sleep.
Good night.
Good night, Alf. You know, I think old Alf still fancies you a little bit. Mind you, I can't say I blame him.
Whose is this?
What do you think of it? Not bad, eh?
How much?
It's only done 20,000 miles.
How much?
Now, they wanted 7,000 for it, but I got it for less than 6.
You chucked away the money I gave you on a second-hand car.
Rita, I've got to have transport. I can't do the job without transport.
Well, you didn't have to have this. An old banger would have done you.
An old banger? Would you buy a burglar alarm system off somebody who drove up in an old banger?
You flung away the money that I gave
I've
you.
not flung the money away. It was an investment.
Women.
Morning.
Good morning.
Back together with the boyfriend, are we?
You what?
Well, your visitor, I couldn't help noticing that it's been here all night.
Well, seeing as you're so observant, Mr. Sugden, I'm surprised you've not noticed its number plate and all.
Oh, it's not foreign, is it? No, it just struck me as being the sort of motor that your fiancé would have. I'm having a bobby too, like.
He's my ex-fiancé, and it's not his car. Any more questions?
Whose is it then?
Hang on, Curly, don't just rush off. What's up?
Nothing that concerns you.
Look, love, if we're to share our lives, that means sharing our problems as well. I want to help.
Well, it's not right. You've done nothing to me, ma'am.
I thought we'd agreed we'd let folk think what they like.
Think, yes. But it's what she's done.
Well, what?
She's got me dad to write a letter, saying she wants nothing more to do with me. Ever. I mean, I know we never saw eye to eye, but to turn her back on me completely, my own mum.
What are you going to do?
I'll go and see her, try and make her see sense.
Well, you can't go rushing straight off down there.
I can't just leave it. I thought the sooner the better.
Whatever you think's best. Right, you be back by dinner?
Yeah,
Good luck.
thanks.
I just don't know you anymore. You're turning into a flaming Jekyll and Hyde.
Why? Because I'm doing what I should have done a year ago. Get off my backside and show some initiative, eh?
You not being straight with me, that's what I can't take.
Well, maybe it's because everything I do is wrong these days. You're turning into a bloody shrew.
Thanks.
Okay, I'm sorry. Look, let's stop sniping at each other like this, shall we?
Do you think I want it?
Just try trusting me for a change.
You persuade me to lend you £6,000 for one thing, blow the lot on something entirely different, and you're asking me to trust you?
Rita, that car was an investment. I can't come running back to consult with you every step of the way.
I just don't understand what you're up to, that's all.
Well, I'll tell you, shall I? Building a future for all three of us, that's what I'm up to.
All right. All right. Maybe you need a decent car to make a good impression on prospective clients.
Well, exactly. It promotes confidence in the business.
What business, Alan? That money was to buy into it. Now, as far as I can make out, you've got a posh car and no partnership. Because I'm telling you straight, I'm not divvying up another 6,000 quid.
Have I asked you?
Not yet.
Well, when I do, you can start shouting.
So, where did you get to last night? I thought you were going to Rita Fairclough's for your tea.
I did.
Yeah, did you go nightclubbing after or
I
something?
went nowhere. She's very hospitable, is Rita.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, it was my own fault. I reckon I should relax, so I relaxed a bit too much.
Oh, what are you like?
Hi.
Hiya.
Let's go shopping list.
Oh, right. Are you the errand lad today, then?
That's a butler's day off. Alf, what's up with you, mate?
Oh, he got lured astray last night by another woman.
Well, good for him. Hey, she got a pal.
Look, I went to Rita Fairclough's for supper, all right?
You don't have to answer to me, Alf. I'm not your missus.
No, you're not. Oh, has Gail heard from her?
Oh, not recently, have you?
Yeah, she probably rang me when I was out last night.
Yeah, probably. Anyway, I'll see you.
Aye.
Gail says she'll pick it up later, all right?
Right, okay, then. Now, how about me making you a nice cup of tea? It'd do you good.
A big strip of sticking plaster across my gob will be more use, love.
Come again?
Oh, nothing. Look, why is life so complicated, Sally? I mean, I'm getting too old for this, you know. I can't be doing with it.
New changer? As of yesterday, yeah? Yeah, I like it.
Everything going okay, then?
Yes. Be a bit better if I didn't have Rita breathing down my neck all the time.
Oh, well, don't be a wimp staying up to her. You won't see a woman run in my life.
Well, at least I've got a woman. I haven't noticed him queuing up for you since Gloria gave you the push.
I think you got that the wrong way round,
Oh,
Sport.
come on, Mike. Everybody knows she gave you the elbow.
Don't kid yourself. I can get her back just like that, anytime I want. See ya.
See you.
So it bus finally did come. It's standing room only. Anyway, this young lad got up and offered me a seat.
Blooming heck, that's as rare as a proper summer these days. Hey, I hope you thanked him.
Thanked him, I could have clowned him.
You are?
Well, there were only notice that want the saying, please give this seat up for an elderly or infirm person.
I don't know what she's grumbling about. She qualifies on both counts, don't she, love? Shirley?
Yeah?
Are you all right?
I'm fine, yeah.
It's just that you don't seem your normal chirpy little self, love.
No, I thought that, kid. Feeling a bit off it like, a bit queasy like.
I'm not pregnant, Vera, so you can stop quizzing.
Emily, in yet?
Oh, she won't be a minute, Mr. Bowman. She's just gone to the post office.
Right, send her in when she comes, will you?
Okay, love. Listen, Shirley, all relationships go through a back patch at some time or other, love.
Yeah, ours is one big bad patch. No, that's not true. Why do I always slag our Jack off all the time, eh?
Habit?
Yeah, and because he deserves it.
We're not going through any bad patch. We're just trying to sort through a few family problems, that's all. I don't really want to talk about it.
Oh, okay, well. Oh, Henry, Mr. Bowen wants a word with you.
Oh, right.
Yes, Mr. Baldwin.
Oh, Emily, that florist in the precinct, have you got the number handy?
It's in this book.
Roses. They're always a pushover for red roses, aren't they?
Who are?
Women, Emily. Women.
Hiya.
Hello, love.
What are we having?
Tuna salad, as ordered, if we're to get in our bikinis. Well, if you are. I mean, if I set foot on a beach this year, it'll be in a caftan, floor length.
You're not fat.
There comes a time, love, whether fat or not, everything starts to droop and wobble. Not a pretty sight.
Oh, come on, Rita. I think you still look pretty good.
If you say for your age, I'll wrap this round your neck.
I was going to say, when you don't let yourself get worked up. You know, there's no more aging than stress.
Right. So try imparting that valuable bit of information to your father.
Are you still mad at him?
Well, he thinks I'm turning into a shrew. Trouble is, he's right. I can hear my own voice. Nag, nag, nag.
Just more cautious than him, that's all.
Well, he thinks I'm holding him back, want to keep him under the thumb.
Oh, load of rubbish. He was never under your thumb.
So, how's she doing?
Remarkably well.
How do you mean remarkably well, you patronising thing?
I just think she took to it from the first lesson, considering she never sat behind a wheel before.
Hey, Alec, love, how about me having a bash?
At what?
Driving lessons, same as Deirdre.
Now, why give yourself all that hassle when you've got your own personal chauffeur more than happy to be at your beck and call?
Too expensive.
Any road counts Mrs. Barlow's a good few years younger than you.
Thank you, Percy.
Just pointing out.
I'm very grateful. Double hemlock, was it, on the house?
What's up with you this morning, eh? Why do you keep watching that door?
Well, Curly said he'd be in.
Do you know, marvellous, isn't it? Young love. Can't bear to be parked for 5 minutes.
Oh, Vera, leave her alone.
Oh, blimey, who were them for?
The beautiful blonde behind the bar is.
Alec, lovey!
What?
Who says he can't be a little doll when he wants?
Look, they're not from me.
They're not, who's it from?
Well, that's what I'd like to know. If that card's in Arabic, you take them straight back.
They're for Gloria.
For me? Who are the egg from?
Doesn't secco.
To Gloria with love. Oh, thank God.
Think nothing of it, Glow. You'll find some way of thanking me, love.
Put them in water till I go home.
Jack, come here. Why is it, eh? You never send me flowers.
Well, did you see her? Not a chance. Wouldn't even let me in the house. I had a word with my dad, though.
And?
Well, he said it's no use. He's done what he can. And I believe him. He's all right, my dad.
She'll not budge.
I think implacable's the word.
Well, what's that mean?
It means she won't budge.
What are you going to do?
What can I do?
Hello, love. Brian said you wanted a word.
That's right. I went to cafe, but you'd already left. Come in.
Yeah, I went in early. It's my half day. I'm going to pick up my shopping and I've got all sorts of exciting things planned. I've got a pile of ironing to do, shorten a pair of jeans, make some casseroles for the freezer, and if I'm really lucky, I get to clean my kitchen shelves out. Tell you what, the fella who invents a jar that doesn't make a sticky mark on the shelves will make a fortune.
Gail, love, look, I realise I'm on a sticky wicket here, but the thing is, I've been told something I'd really rather not have known.
What's that?
About your mum.
Who?
About the real reason why she went to Canada.
It was Alf, I take it. Well, it must have been, because there's only him, me and Brian knows.
Oh, you mustn't blame him, love. I mean, he's been under a lot of stress, and he'd had a drop too much.
What exactly did he say?
Well, that she had an illegitimate son that nobody knew about, that he'd been seriously ill, and he was on the mend now. I mean, that's about it, really. Look, Gail, I'm certainly not going to blab it about. But if it does get out, as these things have a horrible habit of doing, I just want you to know it wasn't me.
How are you getting on?
Oh, not so bad, thanks. Now then, your front door, that's your main exit route. So we can fit a self-actuating bell up there and a dummy bell box round the back.
Exit route? Make it sound like that escape from Stalin love thing.
No, it's just the one you use mainly to come and go. We'll fit a magnetic reed contact, which means you've got about 30 seconds entering or leaving.
I don't have to make a mad dive to turn it off before it starts shrieking, do I?
No. You'd be surprised how long 30 seconds is. Mind you, for not much more, I could fit you a digitally operated control unit, which means you don't have to worry about finding keys. Not to mention losing them.
How did you know? My speciality, losing keys. Ask my husband.
Have you got any cats or dogs?
Just one rather fierce goldfish.
Good. Makes life a bit easier for me. Oh, sorry. Excuse me. Oh, yeah, we can put the box in there.
So, the bottom line, how much? Mr. Craig gave me a rough idea over the phone, but he didn't...
Oh, don't worry. I'll work out all the figures and I'll give you a firm price, okay?
Only it's costing an arm and a leg to do up as it is. I must have been mad to take it on.
I'll tell you what I'll do. Whatever the final figure is, I'll knock off 10% for cash. How's that?
Really? Mr. Craig didn't say anything about that over the phone.
Well, you're not dealing with Mr. Craig, are you? You're dealing with me.
All right, well, thanks very much, love. See you again. Try. Still no answer?
I can't think where they've got to.
Perhaps she's gone out.
They won't have gone out for 4 days.
Perhaps the phone's not working.
Well, the phone's ringing out, look. I've just been trying to ring your mum, again. Brian says you can't get through neither. It's as if she's vanished into thin air.
Could I have a word in private, please, Alf? I've just seen Rita.
Look, Gail.
Could you, Alf? What were you thinking of?
Well, it was only Rita.
At this time, yeah. Who's it going to be next time you've had a few too many?
There won't be no
We
next
agreed. Right from the start, we agreed. Nobody was to know. Not even Brian's mum and Evan know she's fished enough.
Yeah, well, Rita won't say
Look,
anything.
when it comes to the damage gossip can do, I'm an expert, and I'm not going to go through it again. Only this time it won't be what sort of woman I am. It'll be what sort of woman me mam is.
Look, it'll never come to that
Won't
again.
it? Can you promise me Nicky ain't going to go to school someday and some little lad isn't going to say to him, your gran's a right slag? She's had 2 bastard kids. By 2 different fellas for all I know. Can you promise me that, Alf?
Hey, they were lovely ones.
Red roses?
Yeah, a dozen at least. I'll tell you what, whoever sent them ones have got no change after tenner.
Well, Gloria's an attractive girl. I expect she has quite a few ardent swains.
Well, I wouldn't say she were all that attractive. I mean, Shirley has got a better figure than her, haven't you, Shirl? Oh, hey, she's gone again.
What is it, Shirley? Are you not feeling well?
Listen, she's been minding about something all day. Look, if you're in pudding club, you know, you can tell us, kid.
Curly's man won't speak to him.
Hey, is that all? Half at time in our house, nobody speaks to anybody.
But it's not just a family row. She's cut him off. It's like he's dead as far as she's concerned.
Well, from what he's told me, she's never been the most reasonable of people.
He tried to see her today, hoping he could talk around. But it's hopeless. She'll not have him over the doorstep as long as he stops with me.
Well, I won't let that worry you, Cop. I told her to get stuffed if I were you. I mean, if that's how she feels. It's not as if they're being that close from what I can make out.
But she's still his mother.
Yeah, but it's wicked, really, isn't it? I mean, she's forcing him to make a choice.
Exactly. I mean, would you do that to your son?
Well, I nearly did once, didn't I, when he was living with that girl. But it were only because I wanted him and Gail to get back together again. In end, I would have had to come to terms with it.
Yeah. Terry's pulled a few rotten strokes in his life, you know. I'll be first to admit it. But I'll always be there for him, you know, no matter what.
Oh, who?
Yeah. Mind you, I'm not saying I wouldn't try and put him off, you know, if it was somebody that were dog rough. Yeah, but, well, like Ivy said, if that's what he wants. Listen, you've carried him for 9 months. A part of your body. You've bred him, you've reared him, you've smacked him, you love him. You've wiped the bloody little noses, but you don't turn your back.
Right, kid. Even when they turn theirs. Look, you want another?
So what's going to happen now?
It's down to him, isn't it? Blood is thicker than water. And if that's his choice, well, I'll understand. Oh, I was so happy. I mean, I really felt my life was beginning to make some sense, and now...
What's all this then, ladies? Power cut?
No, Mr. Baldwin.
Oh, hello, Luigi's. Mr. Baldwin here. I'd like a table for tonight for 2, about 9ish, perhaps a little bit later. Yeah. Oh, and would you tell Luigi it's the one in the alcove? He knows. Thanks.
Thanks, love.
Don't forget to take them with you when you go home.
Did not come now.
Oh, but you a tickle thing.
Yeah, well, I've been thinking since then. Just say Jack's been up to his tricks again.
Oh.
Do you remember David Atherton?
Oh, yeah.
Well, he sent me a rose, and there was no message on that one either.
But he did make himself known in the end. In fact, you only chucked him when that other loser come back into your life.
Yeah, well, he landed back from prison, didn't he?
And a right job we had to get rid of him and all. Oh, you don't think he's back on the scene?
But it's always a possibility, isn't it? And so's David, and he's done it before.
But I mean, it must be 2 years more.
Who knows with fellas? I've still got his number, you know.
David's?
I don't know where Steve is. Don't want to either. It's all right if you use the phone.
Hey, on the other hand, it's probably neither of them. It's probably some brand new gorgeous hump just hovering on the sidelines.
You're an optimist, Bet.
Yeah, I must be, so I married him.
Bet.
What?
I hope she pays for these private calls.
Give over. She's just trying to track down the secret admirer. Wouldn't you if you had one?
What do you mean, if?
I mean, look, it's a shame. But believe me, I am not saying I believe they're ideal couple, but they deserve a chance same as anybody else.
Look, some women are like that. Very bitter.
You sound as if you've known a few.
Yeah, me too. They wind up the losers, though. You can see it in their faces, all tight and drawn, suspicious, living their lives expecting the worst.
Oh, come on, you're quite a little philosopher, you want quiet.
No, I'm not a bad judge of character.
Oh, what do you think of mine?
Easy. First time I clapped eyes on, he had you down for a right little raver.
You?
Fine, wrong, was it?
Give us a Scotch, Alec, will you?
Right, Gloria nothing?
She's in back.
Well, do us a favour. Let her off early, and I'll buy you a bottle of your favourite scent. What do you say?
It doesn't matter at all what I say, Cock. It's what she says that counts.
That'll do me.
All right.
Hello. Good day.
Yes, not bad, as a matter of fact. You?
Great. And tonight's going to be even better. Hey, all right?
Cheers.
I like going to the big library. I've never went much before. A bit like going to church, really. Not that I went there much either.
It's dead peaceful being around books. Books never give you any aggro.
What's this one about then? We're drunk.
No, sided with Rosie. It's about this country village where he grew up. It sounds dead boring, but it's not. It's magic. It takes you into another world. Hey, one day we'll have a trip to the Cotswolds and the Yorkshire Dales with a bit.
I've been nowhere apart from Blackpool.
The Peak District, Wales, the lakes, Scotland. We'll explore it all.
What about your mum?
I'm not taking her.
I mean, oh, love, have you decided?
Look, I've accepted the situation. And it's not me doing the shutting out. If she changes her mind, she knows where to find us.
Us? Yes, us. I couldn't have blamed you if you decided the other way. Family's important.
So are you. Come on.
Gloria? I hope those roses were the right colour.
They were never from you.
Well, I never did clear out that business about Linda Farrell, did I?
There was nothing to clear up. Nothing that the corporation car couldn't have dealt with.
Look, sweetheart, I treated you badly. It's taken me a lot of time and a lot of guts to say I'm sorry. I am.
Glad to hear it.
Forgive and forget. We had some good times, didn't we? Do you remember that little table at Luigi's? I booked it for 9 o'clock tonight.
I'm working.
It's all right. I fixed it up with the boss.
It's very thoughtful of you.
I can be when I try. So, Villa la Crema, Zabaglione, a bottle of Verdicchio, and a down on my knees apology. What do you say?
What do I say? I say on your bag, sunshine.
And you can take those with you.
Well, you can't win them all, Squire.
Well, maybe some aren't worth winning. Hey, darling. There's a present for you.
I've just come to say I'm sorry, Alf. I shouldn't have flown off the handle the way I did.
Oh, Neil, it's me that should be apologising to you. I should never have opened my trap.
Well, you've been under a lot of stress, and you've got to confide in somebody. At least I've got Brian to talk to about
Aye,
it.
thanks for that at least. So you two are pals again?
Yeah, of course we are.
Right then, listen, why don't you come down to Rubbers with us for an hour?
No, I won't if you don't mind. No, I think I better wait in case she rings.
Have you still not managed to get through?
But line's all right, I've had it checked. I don't know. You think no tells can go wrong, then it does.
Yes, officer.
Is your car, sir?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Did you know you pulled out without a signal?
Did I? Oh, I'm sorry.
Can I ask you to get out for a moment, please?
Yeah, sure.
Been drinking, have you?
Well, had one or two, you know. No more than I usually have after a hard day, but I'm definitely not over the top.
Possibly not, sir. Would you mind blowing in this, please?
Hi.
Nice one, isn't it?
Yeah, lovely, eh?
Hey, round about. Taking me to school.
No, I'm not going your way.
It'll do my image a power of good to be dropped off at school in my rich and successful dad's new car.
Make yourself at home, love.
Oh, I won't. Yeah, you get late every morning, you do. Can't take yourself away from your living lover, I can't be that.
Vera, I wish you'd shut up on that subject. You're getting very boring.
Oh.
Yeah, you are. Have you seen Baldwin this morning, by any chance?
No, I haven't. But I haven't looked under any stones.
Well, he must be in, because his car's outside.
You'll never guess what happened to him last night.
True.
Baldwin, who do you think?
Hey, he didn't get mugged again, did he, by a fox too, boss?
Vera, come on then. What did happen to him last night? You're obviously busting to tell us.
He only got breathalyzed.
He got breathalyzed, Baldwin. How do you know he did? Oh,
It happened outside in the street. He must have come out of the Rovers and was just setting off in his car when the police suddenly appeared. And, well, they breathalyzed him and marched him off. Curly saw it all from our flat window.
Marched him off?
Yeah.
To clean?
Oh, I suppose so, yeah.
Hey, he could still be there then, couldn't he, in jail? Hey, Emily, have you heard? Baldwin's in jail. I don't believe it.
Oh, dear, come on, it's not that funny.
Funny! It's best news I've heard since my mother said I should start wearing a bra. Oh, Baldwin in cling.
You.
Gail's been shouting at you, hasn't she?
She did have a go. Yes, she did.
Because of what I told her.
Well, what do you expect?
I'm sorry. I did it to protect you from yourself as much as anything else.
Here, you thought because I was capable of blabbing to you what Audrey's really doing in Canada, I was likely to tell other folk.
Well, it is very private,
Yeah,
isn't
well,
it?
don't worry. I can keep a secret, you know. I don't get drunk every day of the week.
I'm sure you can.
Hiya, Mrs.
Hello,
Baker.
love.
Has Mr. Roberts said anything to you?
Said anything?
About not being able to get in touch with Mrs. Roberts?
No, he hasn't.
Oh, you see, there's no reply from the phone, and he's out of his mind with worry.
I'll bet he is. Still, she might have just gone out somewhere and got stuck. Big place, Canada.
Yeah, that's what I've told him.
She'll turn up. Audrey's like that, love.
Yeah, of course she will.
Ta-ra.
See you, Mrs. Fairclough. Shall I go and make you a nice cup of tea?
Oh, no thanks, love.
Hey, do you know, I bet she's there next time you ring her.
Well, you know, I won't mind some of this myself.
He's here. I've just seen him come in yard.
Oh, they must let him out then. Still, you know, when he's up in court, they could put him away for 6 months. Here, even.
Really? You don't even know he's been summoned yet or not?
Of course he has. Why else would his car be outside all night? Eh? He's been in clink, he's been in the calaboose.
He's come...
Morning, Mr. Baldwin. Oh, what a lovely morning since, don't you think? Hey, that face. It's like a rusty clog iron.
I'd watch it if I were you, Vera. If he has been summoned, he'll not think it's a joke.
No.
They know, don't they?
Know what, Mr. Baldwin?
Oh, come off it, Emily. And I've been had up for drink driving. I could tell by the grin on Vera's face. Question is, who told them?
Apparently the incident was seen by somebody.
And aren't they chuffed?
Oh, I wouldn't say that, Mr. Baldwin. We're all very sorry that it should have happened.
You might be, Emily. Though I doubt it, knowing the height of your principles. That lot out there could be smirking a little bit too soon, you'll see.
Do you mean you weren't breathalyzed?
Oh, I was breathalyzed, all right, yeah. 2 coppers jumped me as soon as I got in the jag. It looked like they came out of the sky. Para-coppers. Said I was twice over the limit, which is a load of rubbish. I was only in the pub half an hour. If that. Just had a couple of drinks. Do you know what? I reckon there's something wrong with their machine. I hardly committed a traffic offence, did I? They had no right to stop me in the first place. My briefer blows so many holes in this. Look like a fishnet. Oh, hello. Is Miles there, please? My name is Mr. Baldwin. Oh, hello, Miles. How are you, mate? Well, yeah, as a matter of fact, I've got a slight problem.
Well, come on then, give us Jen. Were he breathalyzed, weren't he?
Yes, he was. Of course he was. Curly saw everything. But he doesn't think he's guilty of any offence.
And just a word of warning. Try not to look too pleased.
Not guilty. Well, they all say that, don't they? Even Crippen. Still hanged him, didn't they?
Morning. Is it?
Morning, Curly.
Morning.
Morning, Mr. Sugden.
I've not come to buy anything. I've just come to give you a little test on your powers of observation, you know.
Oh, yeah.
What was different about this street last night?
Apart from that spaceship that landed, you mean?
You obviously don't know. Do you know, Mr. Roberts?
I've no idea.
It's no good asking you, is it? Because you wouldn't observe it if you'd grown another head.
Go on then, Mr. Sugden. What was different about this street last night?
Mike Baldwin's car was parked in it all night. Very unusual, that. Probably broken down. So I kept an eye on it for him.
And did you observe anything else while you were keeping an eye on it?
Not a thing, but there it is this morning, safe as houses. Probably thanks to me.
Mr. Sugden, you are probably the most observant person in the world. I think you are fantastic.
to yourself.
Jack,
You know, that lad's brighter than he looks. Well, that's it. As you were. Morning.
Hiya. Morning, girl. Hiya. Mr. Roberts, can I go for my lunch break while we're quiet?
I suppose so, aye.
Will you be all right?
I'll have to be, won't I?
Oh, Gary, you know, he's out of his mind with worry. I take it you've not heard anything?
Not a word.
Oh, I've been trying to get through as well.
I'm thinking of contacting the Mounties now.
It's an idea.
Well, I can come and do a recce on Saturday morning, Mr. Fisher. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I can give you an estimate then. Oh, yeah, well, Saturday or Sunday, it doesn't matter, does it? I mean, we work 8 days a week, you know, as long as the customer's satisfied. Yeah. 10 o'clock on Saturday, right. OK, I'll see you then. OK, and thanks for ringing. Bye now.
Hey, what are you doing home?
The burglars keep pinching his burglar alarms and he's run out. Isn't that right, Dad?
What are you going to do when you run out of burglar alarm jokes? Tell me.
I'm never going to run out. In fact, I think I might write a burglar alarm joke, but...
Right, love, I'm off. See you.
Hey, are you stopping for any dinner?
No, I haven't got time. I'm rushed off my feet.
Oh.
Ta-ra.
Yeah. Well, talk about a human dynamo.
Hey, don't knock it. Burglar alarms today, captain of industry tomorrow. That should be worth a couple of mint coats.
Do you know, that's what I love about you. You've always got your own interest at heart.
Well, I had a very deprived childhood, didn't I? I'm going to make up for it.
Seriously, though, I think this job working with Dave Craig, it's working out, isn't it?
You know what? He's loving every minute of it. He told me he was this morning.
Well, I were a bit worried about it at first. I mean, it was so half-baked.
Well, if he's happy, we're happy, aren't we? Well, happier than we would be if he wasn't.
Do you know you make a right good little agony aunt?
Any time you have a personal problem, Rita, I'm available, and I'm very cheap.
Right, well, get in kitchen and agonise over making that green salad.
Do you know what? I'm going to start stopping at school for my dinners if I've got to make me own.
Any time.
Well, according to Curly, when he writes Dave weaving about all over the street, he was. Cops had no option.
Well, he definitely weren't in a right state when he left here. He looked sober as a judge.
Yeah, he did. Well, that little went fresh air, it's him, you know. Well, I mean, if he's been drinking all day, and it won't be first time.
You know, watch your mouth, you.
Feeling sorry for my birds of a feather.
Yes, Michael, what's your pleasure?
The unofficial town cry been doing her job as usual, has she? I'll have a scotch, please, Bet. I didn't think I'd be drinking Perrier water, did you?
Might be as well in the circumstances.
Oh, come off it, Bet. I'm not stupid. I know when I've had enough.
Just as long as you do.
What was Vera bleating about just then?
Mike was breathalyzed last night outside here.
Really? That is good news.
Good news?
Ah, well, if he's not driving, he'll be able to drink more, won't he? And probably in here. I'll bump the whiskey order up, I think.
Sam?
Yeah. Cheers. Were you over the limit?
Well, according to the old bill, I was.
Mike, may I just say how sorry I was to hear about your misfortune. I was just saying to Beth, it'll be some promotion-hungry constables splitting hairs, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So if you want a solid citizen to stand up in court, give your character reference, I'm just the man to lie for you.
Well, if it's going to get off, you know. Well, if they want a witness, I'll volunteer.
But you didn't say anything.
Yeah, but there's not to stop me saying that they were blind drunk in here beforehand, is there?
Listen, if you've been going round saying anything like that, I hope you haven't.
I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't get away with it.
Well, how'd you make that out?
Money talks, doesn't it? He'll probably get some smart solicitor who'll dream up some fairy tale defence, and that'll be the end of it. Whereas you and me, we'd have to stand there and take it on the chin.
Yeah, like our Jack, you mean? Yeah, anyway, he's lively, wasn't it? Yes, you know, Ed Baldwin gets away with this.
Excuse me, I just want a word with Curly.
Can't you leave him alone? It's at dinner time. I can see from here, Mark's where you've been nibbling his ears.
Hiya.
Aye, smart move, that. Not getting involved in a round, I'm skint.
Oh, you should have said. How much do you want?
No, thanks. I'll manage. We'll have to get used to living within a budget.
Oh, no, but a couple of quid out the housekeeping.
No, thanks. But we'll manage.
Yeah.
Come on.
Are you still going to tell him? Well, I don't think you should, Curly.
I do.
Well, you might be causing trouble for somebody who was just doing the duty. He's been walking out of this place over the limit for years, and you know it.
It's still snooping, and I detest it.
Well, I'm surprised at you. I don't think it's snooping to tell the police over somebody what's doing wrong. There should be more of it, and might be a lot less crime.
They'll be telling kids to inform on the parents next, like they did in Nazi Germany.
That's ridiculous. Left-wing rubbish. I'm not saying that at all. All I'm saying is, I don't think it's snooping to tell the police over somebody that's doing something criminal. And I thought you'd be the first to agree.
Look, I'm still telling him. I don't like him. I never have. But I'm still telling him there's a snooper about.
Curly?
Yeah, Mr. Baldwin?
Yeah.
It's about what happened last night.
What about it, and what's it got to do with you?
Well, I saw it all, you know, from the shop flat window.
Then you must have seen what a carve-up it was. I mean, what was I doing wrong? Nothing. They had no right to talk to me, let alone breathalyse me. You saw that, did you? Yeah, you must have done.
Well, it's not about that, actually.
Oh, isn't it? What's it about?
Well, it is about the police. They just didn't suddenly appear from anywhere, you know. I mean, when you walked out of here, they'd been out there an hour.
Are you sure about
that? Oh, yeah, I saw them, sitting underneath the viaduct. Me and Shirley saw them nearly an hour before.
Are you saying someone set me up?
I'm saying I think someone informed on you, Mr. Baldwin. The police were definitely waiting for you. I just thought you'd like to know.
Oh, excuse me.
Hello, Robert's Mini Market. Sally speaking. Yeah, he is.
Who is
it's the wholesaler for you.
Alf Roberts speaking.
Do you think you could sign these cheques, Mr. Baldwin, and then I can do the post?
Who, Emily?
Pardon?
Who set me up?
You're not suggesting it was one of them?
Well, why not? Not exactly my fan club out there, is it?
Well, I just don't believe any of them would deliberately inform the police about anybody. Unless it was a murder or... It's just not like them. It's not their way.
Somebody did.
Oh, yes, I know.
Somebody deliberately went to the police. I either phoned them and wrote to them and said, if you play your cards right, you can live with Mike Baldwin for drink driving. You must really hate someone to do that. Really hate them.
Not necessarily.
You what?
Might have been somebody with a social conscience.
Oh, yeah. That's more your territory, isn't it?
Well, I certainly didn't inform the police about you.
Well, somebody did. And I'm going to find out who. And that is a promise.
Well, I still said that Curly should have kept his trap here. Baldwin were like a mad dog before. God knows what he's going to be like now he knows somebody shopped him.
Well, Curly just doesn't like snoopers. He's got a thing about them.
Well, whoever shot Baldwin deserves a medal.
Oh. Hiya. Hello, love. Good smell coming from in there.
Well, I should hope so.
It's better the nearer you get to it. What is it?
One of the world's classic dishes.
Tell me more.
Tater pie.
Oh, still it's my dad's favourite.
Well, he has been working his little cotton socks off, hasn't he? Bless him.
Oh, I take it his recent shenanigans have been forgiven and forgotten then, have they?
Forgiven? A woman never forgets, Jenny.
No, we don't, do we? Especially when men have done us wrong.
Well, why should we forget when they've been rotten to us?
Exactly.
And the reason why they never forget is they have nothing to remember. We're perfect.
So then why are you, a perfect specimen, sweating over a spud pie for a rotter?
Ah, tell you when you're 21.
It might be too late by then. I might better learn the hard way.
Tough.
That'll be into Flora. A dozen red roses for you.
I should be so lucky.
Ring to somebody to see you. Come on in.
Hello.
It's Mr. Craig.
Dave Craig.
Oh, pleased to meet you.
He's after me dad.
Alan? Well, isn't he working with you?
I thought he was.
Oh?
I've not seen him for a couple of days, Mrs. Bradley.
Oh, well, he's been around. I mean, he was here at dinner time, weren't he, Jenny?
Yeah, briefly. I mean, he said that he was running off his feet. Too busy to stop for his dinner, even.
Too busy? Said that, did he?
Well, yeah, he did.
Look, I don't understand this. I thought you and Alan were supposed to be working together.
Yeah, we are.
Well, why don't you know what one another are doing?
I know what I'm doing. It's what Alan's doing. What's the mystery? Look, you're obviously as much in the dark as me. I'm sorry for bothering you. If you can tell Alan I called and I'd like to see him, like yesterday.
Of course I will.
Well, thanks. Nice to have met you.
Sure.
Sure. Oh. Do you
reckon to that? What's my dad been up to?
God knows.
Oh, dear.
Gloria?
I'm just going into work. Suppose you've nearly finished.
No, not quite. I was just wondering
What?
whether you hated me enough,
Don't hate.
don't you? A woman scorned and all that? Just the sort of tricks you pull. Grassing on me to the law.
That doesn't even deserve a reply.
Your loathing showing, love.
Fancy accused me of doing that.
Well, somebody shocked him. Weren't you, were it? Who blew the whistle on Mike for commercial reasons?
No, mind you, it's given me an idea. One or two people who'd spend a bit more if they haven't got a car to worry about.
Well, I've got news for you. They might start sucking mineral water like Mike has.
Evening, Mr. Baldwin. I've been hoping to bump into you all day.
Oh, yeah?
Your Jaguar motor car.
What about it?
Well, I kept a very close eye on it last night. Very close eye indeed.
Did you?
I did my last recce at 0100 hours when I noted the car was still in showroom condition.
Really?
Yes. I was just going to order myself a pint of best bitter.
What, are you some sort of ghoul or something? When did you rob your last grape?
Oh, good Lord, what did I say?
Oh, Percy, you only got breathalyzed last night.
Never were.
Out there in the street. Must have happened between one of your recce's, eh?
Oh, go on then, give me half.
Do you want another drink?
No, thank you.
Come on, Peter, what do you want me to say? He's an old woman, is Dave. I get on much faster working on my own. Look, I'll go and see him tomorrow and put him in the picture, okay?
Well, it still seems funny to me. I mean, two people supposed to be working together, not knowing what one another's up to.
What are you accusing me of?
I'm not accusing you of anything. It just seems funny. And Dave Craig wasn't so pleased about it either.
Do you want another drink or not?
No.
Well, I do.
And why haven't you told him that we're not married?
I just didn't get around to it, that's all.
Look, we'll have a drink here, and then we'll go back and see if he's in later on.
This is supposed to be a night out, you know. I mean, I wasn't planning on spending it in this
Right, I want to sort out first from the man.
Hello.
Can we join you?
Oh, I wish you would. I could do with a change in conversation.
Like that, is it? Snap. Brian's moaning at me because I dragged him in here. But I want to see Alf, and he's not in. You haven't seen him, have you?
I saw, what you call that kid coming out earlier
Sally.
on.
Did she say if my mum had rung?
She hasn't, love.
I'd kill me mum if she was here. Haven't she realised what she's doing to Alf? I mean, the shock of, well, you know what. That was bad enough, but now just disappearing completely off the face of the earth. Mind you, shouldn't be that much of a shock knowing me mum, should it?
She is a character, isn't she, love?
Putting it mildly.
Do you want happened to Mike Goldwyn last night?
He got breathalyzed.
Oh, dear. Still,
he had it coming to him.
I should say so.
Mind you, I've never seen him drunk, you know, except in his flat, of
Well,
course.
that's not the point, is it? You're not supposed to drink and drive, full stop.
Anyway, cheers. What are you looking at?
You driving?
It's me first and me last.
Sure it is, I know.
That's one thing I don't have to worry about. That's the advantage of having a pub on the corner of your street. Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers. It can't be too advantageous.
You're not getting in a car and all that. I did. What are you doing here?
Looking for you.
Okay, so it's done.
It's not been easy. What's the idea?
Idea?
I found out why he's been missing the last 2 days, Mrs. Bradley.
Hey,
Sure you'd like to know.
Hang on a minute.
He's been working for himself, for Alan Bradley. He's just been using me to get himself customers.
Now, look, we'll talk about this tomorrow in private, not in here, OK?
I don't want to talk to you tomorrow, mate. I don't even want to see you.
I said tomorrow, OK?
You're a liar.
Shut up, you.
You're a liar and a bloody cheat.
Didn't you hear what I said? I said, shut up, you're deaf or something. Now, get out of here while you can still walk. Sorry about that. Excuse me. Rita? Rita?
What was all that about?
So it's me.
I thought you was going to kill him.
Alf Roberts speaking. Audrey? Is that you, Audrey? Where have you been? I've been trying to get in touch with you for... Where? Oh, I see, yeah. You, when? Tomorrow? You're coming home tomorrow? Well, that's a bit short notice, isn't it? Yeah, of course I want you to come over, love, yeah. What time are you getting here? Right, I'll be there to meet you then. Yeah. Hey, Audrey. Audrey?
Hello? Oh, hello, Alf. Oh, she did she? So what's the news? And about time and all. Thanks, Alf. Thanks for ringing.
Who was that? No breakdown call, I hope.
No, Alf.
Was he want this time of morning?
My mum rang late last night. She's coming back today.
Oh, great, eh? But is they chuffed, eh?
Didn't sound it.
Because I just never know where I am with you these days.
God's sake, Rita, you're making a mountain out of a molehill.
No, it's right. You're always up to summit. When I lent you that money, you told me it was to buy a partnership with Dave Craig.
Listen,
didn't you? And what did you do with it? You bought yourself a fancy car.
We've been through all this. There was a damn good reason why I needed that car.
And now all of a sudden we find out, are you most definitely not partners with Dave Craig? You're actually stealing jobs off him from under his nose.
I'll tell you something. It's a damn good job I didn't go in with Dave Craig, because that would have been throwing your 6,000 quid down the drain. He's absolutely hopeless when it comes to business. He's got no idea.
That's not what you were saying last week. Last week you were saying what a marvellous chance it was for you to go halves with him.
Yes, well, you can learn a lot in a week, can't you?
Most certainly can. Because I've learned a lot about you. And the one thing I've learned is you never tell a straight tale. I never know what you're planning to do next.
That's because I don't know myself half the time. Come on, Rita, look. If an opportunity suddenly comes up, there just isn't time for me to come home and talk to you about it. I've got to make a decision there and then. I've got to go. I've got some calls to make. You can moan on as much as you like, love. But I'm going to make a success of this business.
Morning.
Morning, love.
You know, I mean, he's only trying to make something of himself. That's all he wants. And you can't blame him for that, can you?
Oh, hello. Been sat on stairs here, Wiggin, have we?
You're joking, aren't you? You two are making that much noise, I couldn't help but hear. I think half the street's heard you know.
Well, I mean, according to Percy Sugden, Alan Bradley have killed the fella.
Oh, he's exaggerating.
Right, just you wait till I see Percy Sugden.
No, well, there was a bit of trouble, you know, and Alan did get hold of this fella, but it's not as bad as Percy's making out.
He's a bit too handy with his fist, though, isn't he, Alan Bradley? I mean, look at that time he had to go at Terry Duckworth. If I was Rita, I'd keep my chairs at home with him. You won't catch me living with a bloke that'd bash as soon as look at you. Oh, dear. Oh, I'm sorry, love. I was thinking about you and him.
Oh, don't worry, Betty. I more or less managed to forget it myself. It seems a long time ago now.
Look at him. Here's me in my muck, mopping and stoning. There's him, dressed up like a dog's dinner, waltzing off for a liquid lunch.
How many times do I have to tell you I shall be working? It's just as hard work getting artist bookings on the club circuits as it is mopping a floor. Harder. And yes, let's be frank, probably less enjoyable. At least you've got something to show for it, a nice clean floor.
You're all taught, you. You swore blind you'd find me a cleaner.
Oh, now, come on, let's be fair, let's be having it. What I promised to do was...
£1.50 an hour. I mean, more than that.
Oh, yeah. And if I do, what happens next time you want a good trolling off to Morocco, eh? There'll not be enough money to pay for it, will there?
Well, I'm sick of doing it, and so are them girls.
Well, you'll just have to look a bit harder for a cleaner then, won't you? I mean, there must be some old dear that'd leap at it. It's not demanding work, is it? Any clown can do it.
One of these days, you'll walk away from me, something'll snap inside my head, and I'll forget I'm a lady. I just hope for your sake, I'm not holding this yard brush in my hand when it happens.
Oh, blast.
Me, Brian.
Come in, lad.
Just called round to the shop. Fella said you'd come back here.
Yeah, just grabbing a bit of dinner. Catch as catch can when you're on your own, you know.
Aye. The girl was telling me Audrey's coming back today. But you're dead chuffed, eh?
I don't know. Don't know if I'll know her. I mean, she's been away that long, I doubt I'll recognise her.
Blimey, Alf. The place gets a bit of a mess, haven't you?
What do you expect? I've got the shop to run, you know.
Yeah, I know, but Audrey will go mad if she sees the state of this place. Don't you think you better get cleaned up a bit?
Beg of that for a row of shoulders. Look, I want her to know what I go through. I've got the shop to run. I come back here and do all this, and I'm not being well, you know. If she don't like what she sees, that's her hard luck.
Oh, well, please yourself. Anyway, just calling to tell you that Gail's tied up the calf and she can't go with you to the airport to meet Audrey.
Well, I'm busy as well, you know. I've got a delivery of wines and spirits to check this morning. That's something that Audrey doesn't realise. The shop does not look after itself. You can't just walk away.
But you are going to meet her, though, aren't you?
I don't know. Might do. Then again, I might not. Depends if I've got time. Depends if I feel like it.
Usual, is it?
Yes, please, love.
Go on then, grab a seat. Hello. Hello, Bran. Want a drink?
No, I've just got this one in. Want to over Mum, though.
Half a lager, please, love, and tonic water for me.
I've got some use for you. Audrey's on her way back from Canada.
Oh, yes. Well, I suppose I'm the last one to get to know what's going on round here, as
Skip
usual.
over, Mum. We only just heard this morning.
You want anything in that tonic water?
Nah, I'll take it neat.
What do you want, these ostentatious teetotallers all of a sudden?
Teetotal, give over. I like a drink, me.
I can vouch for that.
Only when I'm driving, which is what I do for a living, don't forget, I reckon it's a mug's game.
You calling me a mug, sunshine?
Look, I'm not calling you anything. You started this conversation by making remarks about what I was drinking, which is what I want to drink and nobody else's business.
That'll be the day when people start minding their own business round here. Someone was minding my business when they set the old bill on me, weren't they? I was fit to drive that night, one of the safest drivers on the road. Record as good as anyone.
Yeah, well, maybe you've been lucky all your life. It's all right. Your luck ran out.
Luck had nothing to do with it. Someone shot me. It's the trouble with people around here. They have a bit of brains and a bit of guts, and they try and drag you down to their level.
Oh, you'd know all about that. You've done plenty of it in your time.
Now, look, if you've got any complaints, you come out with them. Come on,
Give
go
it a
on.
rest, Mike.
What?
Pushing people. It's enough. Leave it.
All right. Put another scotch in there, will you, bet?
What's going on there?
That bory's shooting his mouth off again.
About what?
Oh, the usual, how they're doing him for driving with drink inside him.
Well, he'll get no sympathy from me.
Give me up.
I'll have a tonic, please. Now, Brian was just saying, Audrey Roberts is on her way home, at last.
Oh, good.
What's good about it? We all know she's been up to something, visiting her poorly relatives like us.
Well, I said good, because I dare say Alf will be glad to have his missus back.
Huh? Will he, Brian?
I wouldn't know.
Canada announced the arrival of flight AC 842 from Toronto.
Oh, you're back then.
Do you miss me then?
If it was a flaming mist, I could have done with you back ages ago.
Give me a...
Well, oh, all right then.
Oh.
throw my hat in if I had one. Anyway, I've got you these.
Well, I hope you don't think a bunch of flowers is going to change the way I feel about the strokes you've been pulling lately.
No. Just thought they might remind you how I feel about you, that's all.
Well, I feel damned angry about what you've been doing. And a few flowers and a bit of flannel ain't going to change that.
Well, I tried.
Alan! Don't you know why I'm angry? You're making it impossible for me to trust you.
Okay. I was out of order, love. I kept you in the dark about what I was doing. But shall I tell you why? Because if I'd told you what I was going to do, you'd have been against it, wouldn't you? Come on, be honest. You would, wouldn't you?
Yes, all right, I would.
And you'd have been wrong, love. Because I am onto a good thing. Do you know, this morning alone, I got 2 new orders. Full alarm systems. A shop and a private house. Now, I couldn't have done that without the car. You know, you moan on about me not confiding in you. But I think I'm entitled to moan at you about you not having faith in me.
Hey, I want to have faith in you.
Okay. Well, you prove it to me. You show me you've got faith. You support me, right? And I'll be straight with you.
I'll give you all the support you need, Alan. Just don't keep me in the dark, that's all.
You're sulking, aren't you? Because you think I've forgotten you.
I'm thinking you must have spent a heck of a lot of money on this lot.
Oh, give over. You don't go to Canada every day of the week, do you? You never guess where I got you, though. Not in a million years.
Look, I don't want no presents. I just want you to stop frittering away my money.
Now, stop wittering. Close your eyes and put your
Oh.
hands out. Come on.
What the devil is it?
A fur trapper's hat. You look wearing that. Oh, you can wear that in the shop when you work in the bacon slice.
Look, Audrey, I've been worried to death about you, you know, especially these last few days.
Worried? What for? You knew where I was.
Yeah, well, I thought I did, yes, but I phoned and I phoned. Nothing. I'm telling you, I nearly got to the police over there to see what the devil you were up to.
Well, you must have just kept missing me.
Where were you every time I rang?
Well, I took our Stephen out quite a few times. I mean, the minute they said he could come out of hospital, I thought, right, fresh air, that's what he needs. Come on, Alf, you'd have done the same if it were your son.
Well, that no would.
Anyway, look, I rang here a time or two and you weren't in. Huh? You were down at the Rovers, I suppose, supping. And I can tell you weren't here much. I mean, the place looks a right tip.
Ah, now, I'm glad you brought that up, because while I can understand you wanting to be out there with that son of yours, even if it did come as a nasty surprise to me you've got a son, and I might tell you Gail's not too chirpy about that either. But flaming Nora, what about me, Audrey? Your husband, eh? I'm stuck here, I'm working the shop, I'm coming back here doing all this, and the time and the inclination to clean this place up, so don't you start moaning.
No, you're right, love. I'm sorry. It is too much, the shop and the house.
Yeah.
Well, don't worry. I shall sort it out. I'll get in a cleaning woman.
Desmond, if I can just... If you'll just let me get... Will you let me speak, Desmond, please? Thank you. Now, your trouble is your act's too upmarket. I mean, it's too sophisticated for the clubs these days. I mean, let's face it, tying knots in balloons... pardon? Yes, all right, sculpture in latex. It's not what they want, Desmond. I mean, people are only interested in balloons these days if there's a naked woman hiding behind them. No, I know that's nothing in your line, Desmond, but the point I'm trying to make is that you've had a very good run. Yes, I mean, how many blokes tying knots in balloons get their own radio series? Well, there's no need to be abusive. No thanks, Desmond. I can tie a knot in it myself.
You know, I wish you'd put your mind to the problems we've got in this pub instead of your deadbeat novelty acts.
Look, I've told you, there's 1,000 cleaners out there desperate to get their hands on a mop.
Not the cleaner, although I do want that sorted. It's Mike Baldwin.
Oh, what about him?
Well, if you were behind that bar when you should be, you'd know. He keeps picking on people. He's dead bitter since he got breathalyzed. He's wheedling folk. He'll cause a fight before he's done.
Give over.
It's right, Alec. You want to get a grip of him and mark his card.
Look, you're talking about our best customer. He doesn't just sit there nursing half a mild, you know. He puts his hand down. We could do with a few more like him.
Well, I might have known you'd see it that way.
The only way to see it, isn't it?
5:30, Bet. Shall I up now?
I've just been asking Milado to do something about shutting Mike Baldwin's mouth.
All right. Is he going to?
No, he isn't. Mike's a big spender, isn't he? And like it says in the song, love, it's the rich what get the pleasure, the poor what get the blame.
Surprise, surprise!
Oh, it's you.
Well, that's not much of a greeting for someone who has just flown across the Atlantic.
It's the best you're gonna get.
Where is everyone? Are you on your own?
Brian's working late. Kids are in bed.
Oh, go and get them up. I've got these wonderful presents for
No. You can have them tomorrow.
Alf did warn me, actually, that I wasn't exactly flavour of the month around here. Gail, love, I'm sorry if I upset you.
If you upset me, put yourself in my shoes for a bit. I mean, out of the blue, I get a phone call. You're at the airport, you're going off to Canada, and Alf will tell me what it's all about. So I ask Alf, and he says your mother's gone to look after your brother. Bingo. That's how I learn I've got a brother.
Love, I'm sorry. I mean, I'm very sorry. I mean, what else can I say?
Everything. I want to know the lot. Starting with why you never told me I had a brother.
Love, I was 16 when I had Stephen. I mean, in them days, you certainly didn't brag about being an unmarried mother.
You could have told me.
Yeah. I nearly did once or twice. I wanted to.
Then why didn't you?
By the time you was old enough to understand that I was afraid to. Yes, afraid. Gail, look, you had to grow up without a dad, didn't you? Huh? I mean, I thought if I was to tell you that, well, you weren't my only mistake, well, you might get the idea that I didn't want you to think I were a slag.
Oh, ma'am. I wish you had told me. I wouldn't have blamed you. I wouldn't have thought you were a slag.
Wouldn't you? Everyone else did.
Thanks for hello, Rita. What are you having?
Oh, I'll have a vodka and tonic, Al, thank you.
Coming up. Is Alan not with you?
No, he's gone to Winslow, selling burglar alarms.
Oh, gone where the money is, eh?
Anyway, I heard you got your wife back today.
Yes, I did. She's round at Gales now. You know, present for the kiddies. She'll be in later, like.
I thought you'd have been having a quiet night in, you and Audrey. Second honeymoon, you know, eh?
No, keep the change. Do you want to sit down somewhere, though?
Hey, I wouldn't mind. Been on my feet all day. Yeah.
Your missus got back in all right, Alf?
Yes, aye.
Ah, good.
I won't ask me in case they think I'm being nosy.
Ah, well, I don't have to worry me, you see, not having that sort of reputation. All right, let's have a drink. Gloria?
Yes, sir.
Half a lager and a pint of bitter off, please.
Oh, evening, Mr. Bowen.
I was talking to you as if you didn't know.
Oh, it's all right, Mr. Bowen. I only said good evening.
What's good about it? It's a large Scotch with your vet.
Sit down somewhere.
You need to listen to manners.
Look, will you leave it, Don? I have to work with it.
Look, you might have to keep on outside of him, but I don't.
Cheers.
Anyway, got your wife back, which is what you wanted.
Oh,
You don't sound so sure.
well, she's got quite a past, you know, as Audrey, you know. I don't know a lot about it. I keep wondering what she's going to drop on me next.
Plus, I was just 16, so I couldn't keep him. God, I wanted to. Then everybody said that would have been worse than what I'd done already by getting pregnant and having him.
So you had him adopted?
No, not exactly. There were this very nice couple that lived near us, Mr. and Mrs. Reed. She couldn't have children. Well, she'd lost one, I think. Anyway, my dad came home this day and said they wanted to take Stephen. I mean, they was willing to have him. So that was that.
You gave your baby away?
Well, of course, everyone said that was the right thing to do. I mean, what could I give him? But I'm telling you, a few years later, when I found out I was having you, I knew I wasn't going to give you away. I knew even if we starved in the gutter, I wasn't going to get rid of you.
I know, Mum. I know.
I've always loved you, you know. I know I've been such a rotten mother, but I have loved you.
I know.
Of course, when my dad came and found that I was expecting another baby, well, he hit the roof. Threw me out the house, of course. Not that I blame him. I mean, come on. There I was. 2 kids and not a father to show for either of them. I mean, 2. I was a right trollop. So, that's why you never met your granddad. Not that you missed much.
I wish I'd have known my brother, though. Or at least seen him.
You have. We used to go to this house sometimes, up on Richmond Road, you know, by the park. And the people there you used to call Uncle Malcolm and Auntie Joyce.
Yeah, I do remember. They had a little lad about 3 years older than me. Used to let me ride his tricycle.
That were your brother?
I remember I used to follow him about the garden, everywhere he went.
Anyway, they decided to emigrate, the Reeds. I suppose they thought they'd do better in Canada. You and me went to see them off on the train to Liverpool to catch the boat.
I remember that. I remember you crying.
Yeah. Well, now you know why.
Put a large scotch in there, will you, Ben?
You're lashing it down tonight, aren't you, Mike? I hope you're not in the car.
Is that any of your business?
I was asking you as a friend.
Excuse me, but I couldn't help hearing the good lady's remarks about the multi-car. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I understood you were barred from driving.
I won't correct you, and you are wrong. Until or when a court of law takes my licence away, I see no reason why I shouldn't drive.
Well, there's always one good reason why you shouldn't drive, and that's because you've had too much to drink.
Who asked you to stick your oar in?
It's a public house. Seemed like a public conversation.
It's not even a private conversation, because I don't want to talk to this bloke. He's a busybody, with his nose in other people's business. In fact, it wouldn't surprise me if it wasn't you who set the old bill on me the other night.
As a matter of fact, it wasn't, but if it had been, I wouldn't have concealed it from you, because in my opinion, anybody that drives when they're drunk, they shouldn't just have their licences taken off them, they should be locked up.
See it here.
Go and get Alec. Tell him it's starting to get nasty.
Your case comes up on Wednesday, doesn't it? Well, after that, you might not be so keen on drivers who drink, because you'll be a pedestrian like me.
They haven't taken my licence away yet.
No, but they will do.
A man is innocent until proven guilty, and my solicitor seems to think I stand a very good chance.
How did they work that out, then? You were well over the limit, weren't you?
That is not the point. The point is by law that the test they carried out on me was done in a due and proper fashion. And there happens to be a big question mark there. And my solicitor knows his stuff. I have every confidence in him.
This is very interesting. It should reach a wider audience.
Leave it.
No, if you get off, how about doing an interview for the paper? How an admittedly drunk driver feels about getting his licence to kill renewed.
Look, don't give me all that sob stuff. I'm one of the safest drivers on the road today. Bet put another large one in there, will you? I think I'll pop into town and have some drinks in some brighter
You've
company.
got absolutely no conscience.
Don't you talk to me about conscience, sunshine. You'd swear black was white and a stack of Bibles if you could harm me.
Yeah, well, some of us happen to have kids, and the sooner you're no longer zooming drunkenly around the streets in your flash car, the better we'll like it.
That'll do, Ken.
You
that'll
drive
do.
the way you do everything else, and you don't give a damn who you knock down if they just happen to get in your way.
All right, that's it. Right, come on, let's be having you, Ken. I want you out.
Here, come on, landlord, you can't do that.
Don't tell me how to run my premises. It's up to me who gets admitted and who gets served.
Alec, you're making a big mistake.
Come on, Ken. I didn't want to stop in here anyway.
Right. Now, do you think you can manage to run the bar while I get back to the accounts?
Well, I hope you're pleased with yourself.
Me? Well, what did I do? Apart from wind my dear father-in-law up. The funny thing is, though, I'm not driving the car tonight. It's in the garage. Good, eh?
I still can't get over it.
What?
Your mum, keeping it to herself all these years.
Oh, that brother of yours?
Can you imagine? Actually seeing us playing together. Not being able to say a word to anybody. Least of all me.
What do you hold anything against her? I'm not telling you sooner.
Well, she had her reasons, didn't she? When I think about what she's been through, I think she's been through more than enough already, don't you?
Yeah, I suppose so.
I wonder what he's like.
I thought your mum had a photograph.
I mean really like, as a person.
Well, I suppose you'll ever find out, will you?
I wouldn't bet on it.
Eh?
Well, Canada isn't exactly the ends of the earth, you know. I mean, now that we know about each other, who knows?
So long as you don't expect me to pay for it.
I tell you what, if it ever did happen, I reckon my mum'd be the happiest person in the world.
From Canada, I take it.
Yeah. Yes, from our Stephen, just thanking me for all I did for him, you know, and saying how much him and his dad would miss him, eh?
I see.
Here, you can read it for yourself.
No, I'll take your word for it.
Go on,
No,
I'd
I haven't
like
got
you to
time,
read
look.
it.
Honest, I haven't.
Well, later then.
Yeah, well, I'll see.
Oh, thanks for your interest.
Look, you've never stopped talking about your Stephen since you landed back here, you
He
know.
does happen to be my son, Al.
Yes, I know. I'm not saying aught about that, am I?
Well, what is it then?
Well, you're not in Canada now, you know. I mean, this is where you are now. You know, this is where you live. Anyway, I'll go open the shop up before they start bashing the door down as usual.
I don't suppose she said anything to you
About what?
about Ken?
Bet?
Yeah.
Well, no, she hasn't. But then it wasn't Bet who gave him his marching orders, was it? It was Alec.
Yeah, but I can't see her standing by letting him get away with that. I mean, after all, he's been part of the fixtures and fittings of this place since, well, since Adam were a lad.
Anybody I know?
Oh, well, we were just saying, you know, about this Ken Barlow business. I mean, it's not as if he deserved it, love, and I do think he's owed an apology.
Yeah, me and all.
You don't have to tell me, Betty.
But perhaps if you had a word.
Don't you think I've tried, Betty, love? But trying to get through to Alec these past few days, well, it's been like trying to crack reinforced concrete with a glass hammer. But don't worry, Betty, I won't let it drop, believe you me.
Yeah, well, while you're at it, there's something else you can remind him about and all. Me and Betty are supposed to be barmaids, not cleaners.
Gloria, how do you think I feel?
Look, well, if you ask me, lovey, the longer we're mug enough to do it, the longer he'll be happy to let us.
Yeah, it's getting beyond a joke, you know, Bet. I'm getting no time to myself.
All right, I'll have another go, but that's all I can promise.
Oh, well, to try and tell him that we'll do it today, but that's all we can promise, right, Gloria, love it?
Right, Betty.
So she's not using the ferrets in the act anymore, then? No. Well, yes, I mean, I quite agree. It's a terrible place to be bitten, is that? Accrington. No. Well, look, Selston, I'll have to go in a little rush now. Give Dolores my best wishes. Tell her I hope it soon heals up. Yes, of course, I'll be in touch. Yes, ciao.
Behold the winged messenger.
Eh?
I've been sent by the enemy without. The peasants are revolting.
What the heck are you on about?
Betty and Gloria. They've had it up to their eyeballs with this cleaning lark, and while we're on the subject, so have I.
Bet.
No, Alec, it's gone on far enough. Now, I couldn't find anybody to do the job for the Pigeons you're offering. You said you could. Right, I'm waiting.
Well, there's nothing to worry about.
Everything's in hand. Yes, I know. But what are you actually doing about it? Because I'm telling you, Alec, you've got two very dish-chuffed barmaids out there.
Look, I can't stop now, Bet. I really can't.
And that's not all.
Oh?
Ken Barlow.
What about him?
Well, the girls reckon that you owe him an apology, and while we're on the subject, so do I.
Now, look,
No,
Bet.
Alec, it is not good enough. You were in the wrong, and you know you were in the wrong.
Not now, Bet, please. I haven't got the time. I've got an appointment in 10 minutes, something I've been trying to set up for weeks. I'll have a chat with them when I get back. In the meantime, just tell them that...
Everything's in hand.
Exactly.
Morning, Mike.
Morning.
I thought you were otherwise engaged this morning.
I am. I'm just off to the court now.
Oh, do you want a lift?
That's all right. I'm driving.
Well, there may be, but you won't be able to drive back, you know. Not if you're banned.
If I'm banned.
I've heard that one before, and all.
Not with a solicitor like mine. Tongue like quicksilver.
He's a miracle worker and all, is he?
Ah, well, it's still a question of whether the tests were carried out in a proper fashion. Oh. And if that fails, when he's finished telling what a banner do to the business, the effect it'll have on the girls, there won't be a dry eye in the house. Gotta go. Can't keep the courts of justice waiting.
Yeah, see you.
Sausage, egg and chips twice.
Well, go on then. All I've gathered up to now is she's a woman.
Who is?
Your mum's sister.
Oh, yeah.
Well, go on, what's she like?
I don't know, do I? She's probably very much like me, ma'am.
See to Percy, will you?
Chance would be a fine thing. Yes, Percy, what's your pleasure? I want a cup of weak tea, not too much milk, around a buttered toast to make sure it's best butter, and I don't want it burning colour of a coal scuttle. Yes, Percy, anything you say, Percy.
Yes, Ken.
Hi, Gail. Just coffee, please.
Don't often see you in here at this time.
No, I've just been using my powers of persuasion on Harry Moffatt in the precinct. I thought I'd come in and have a quiet 10 minutes before throwing myself on the mercy of Fiona.
Your assistant.
That's the one, that's the one.
Settling in all right, is she?
Well, you could say that, but settle is hardly the word I'd use. She's like perpetual motion.
I know the type. I've exactly the same trouble with Phyllis. I'll bring it over.
Thanks.
Ah, Kenneth. Just a man I wanted to see. Oh? Well, I've got to say this. I've seen some injustices in my time, but what that Alec Gilroy did to you the other night really takes the biscuit. It really does. I was so upset about it, I seriously considered boycotting the place just to let him see what a dim view I took of his action.
Well, there's no need to do that, Percy, really.
No, well, on reflection, that's what I thought and all. I reckon the best way of serving your interests would be by being on hand to speak up for you should the subject arise.
Well, look, Percy, don't think I'm not grateful, but I really would prefer just to drop the whole thing. Now, if you don't mind, I did come in for a quiet coffee.
So did I. So you won't mind if I join you, will you?
Do you know I fancy some hot, love?
Yeah, I know that, but what do you want to eat?
Hey, you. I'll have hot pot.
Right.
Oh, Audrey. Hi there.
Oh, come and sit down, love. I'll bring them over.
Oh, right. You don't mind if we come and join you, do you?
Well, we're not stopping, actually.
Of course we don't. We've got a lot of catching up to do, haven't we, Ivy?
Yes, we have, haven't we?
A bottle of lager, love, an orange juice and 2 hot pots.
Right.
Betty, 2 hot pots.
Well, I don't know what you've been putting in this cocoa, but your Alan's been like a new fella these last few days.
Well, it's that burger I'm like, isn't it? It's really got the bit between his teeth.
And doing very nicely, eh?
Well, it's a bit early to say that.
Well, I mean, he must have stomach going for him. There's that car for a start. You know what they say, you can always judge your fella by the car he drives, you know.
Now, where have I heard that before?
Can I get you on off?
No, we're not stopping.
Audrey, you've won. You were saying about Toronto.
Oh, Ivy, it was gorgeous. I can't begin to tell you. And the people, they made me feel at home from the minute I arrived.
People?
Yes, folks she met while she was there, you know.
Oh. So, it wasn't just your sister you went to see then?
Yes, oh, yes, it was her and her husband, you know. But I mean, they've got lots of friends.
But if she was that ill?
Yeah, well, she was at first, you know. I mean, it was touch and go for quite a while, wasn't it?
Oh, yes, it was.
Yeah. Anyway, if you'll excuse us, we'll have to love you and leave you. I said I'll be back for Sally, yeah? Okay.
Yes, if you say so.
See you, Don.
Hello, bye-bye.
Bye. Well, for somebody who dropped everything to be at the bedside of an ailing sister, she doesn't seem to have had too bad a time, all things considered.
That's just what I was thinking and all.
All quiet then?
Well, the cellar's blown up. Fella dressed as Mickey Mouse took off with the till. Betty's run off with the gas chap. Apart from that, nothing I couldn't handle.
Good girl. Sorry I'm a bit late, but you know how these business meetings drag on. I'll just nip upstairs, get out my lad rags, and I'll be back to give you a hand. There it is.
Alec, a message from the troops.
Now, if it's about the cleaning...
It is. I told you how they felt about it this morning. Do you remember?
Of course I remember, and I told you what to tell them.
And I did. And they weren't happy. Not happy at all.
Oh, that's their hard luck.
No, Alec, it's your hard luck. Because from now on, we've got a new cleaner for this place.
Hmm?
You. The girls have withdrawn their labour on that front.
They can't do that.
Oh, yes, they can. And they have. And I'll tell you something else for now to know. If you don't apologise to Ken Barlow and tell him that he's welcome to come back into this pub any time he likes, they'll not be the only ones withdrawing their labour. I will be joining them.
Have a pint, please, Laurie. Rita gone, is she?
Oh, yeah, 10 minutes in.
Got held up on this job, you see.
It's no good explaining to me. I'm not the one who was stood up.
That's me in the doghouse again, I suppose. Blowing a fuse, was she?
Well, no, she wasn't, as it happens. I think she reckoned you'd be working, you know. In fact, I'd say she was quite chuffed, really. That you'd find yourself something you could chuck yourself into, you know.
Honest?
Honest.
Well, that's something, I suppose.
I must say, I never expected you to take to it. Not the way you have done.
I've got hidden talents, me, you know.
Oh, yes, I do know.
Hey, did you tell him? I told him, Betty.
What did he say?
Not a lot he could say. He knows the score. It's up to him what he does now.
Look, we mean it. No more skivvying.
All right, Betty, you've made your point. Now stop worrying. I've got every confidence in my husband to get it sorted. Now he knows what the alternative is.
Alternative?
He does it himself. Yes, Mike.
Give us a scotch, Bet. Make it a large one. So much for silver-tongued flaming lawyers.
No need to ask how it went, then.
12 months ban, 200 quid fine.
Well, you can't say it in task for it, Mike.
Oh, thanks very much, mate.
I take it the defence didn't work.
No way.
What about all these sub-stories you had lined up about, you know, what effect it was going to have on your business and all the girls that were working for you and all that?
Still doesn't alter the fact that they caught me driving bank to rights over the odd, does it? Still, I suppose it's made someone happy.
Happy? Like who?
Cheers.
Like whoever set me up.
Set you up?
I don't think the police were just sitting there waiting by accident, do you? I mean, they couldn't they?
What do you reckon, Glenn?
Eh?
Was he set up?
Well, there's enough folk round here with good reason, that's for sure.
I mean, they're just sitting there in the thing. They just drove straight over the top.
Oh, Deirdre, I was just about to knock.
Ah, looks as if I've saved you the trouble then, doesn't it?
Yeah. Kenneth? I was just saying to your lady wife here, I was just about to knock. She wanted a quick word, like.
Oh, well, let me stop you.
No, not with Deirdre, actually, with you. Well, both of you, really. It's about that little misunderstanding the other night.
Misunderstanding? Didn't look like much of a misunderstanding to me.
Yes, well, I mean, at the time, you know, in the heat of the moment. Well, all things considered, perhaps I did act a bit hasty.
You took it out on the wrong fella, I know that.
Yes, well, like I say, you know, in the heat of the moment.
So, what exactly are you trying to say?
What am I saying? Well, you know, just that if an injustice has been done...
You're apologising?
No. Yes, I mean, I'm saying if an injustice has been done, I'd like to put the situation to rights.
Pity you didn't think of that at the time, isn't it?
Look, Kenneth, all I'm saying is that whatever's happened, it's all water under the bridge as far as I'm concerned. You're welcome back in the Rovers any time you like.
Look, love, I hate to hurry you, but I do have an appointment.
Right, love, I'm coming.
All right.
Sorry?
So I've told you.
Yes, right, you've told me. Now we're ready, must be going.
So we'll be seeing you back in again then, will we? Yes? Yes, Alec. Very magnanimous of you, Alec. Very touching. What do you want? Blood?
Inside.
If you just tell me what I'm supposed to have said.
Inside.
Oh. Would you mind telling me what I'm supposed to have done? I mean, one minute I'm having a perfectly normal conversation with Sally, and the next my husband's practically ordering me out the shop. What's going on?
How many more times do I have to tell you to drop it?
What?
Canada!
But she were interested.
Well, of course she was interested. She'd have been even more interested if you'd gone on, wouldn't she? You'd have told her everything, the real reason you were there. All about your Stephen, everything.
Oh, it's not easy, Alf. I mean, if you and our girl had told the truth in the first place, there'd be no need for all this cloak and dagger stuff.
I don't believe I'm hearing this.
Well, there'd be no need for all this lying and deceit, would
And what do
there?
you think they'd have made of it, eh? There'd have been that many tongues wagging, you'd have felt the drafting flip in Toronto.
I could have handled her.
Oh, you could you? Have you thought for a minute if I could handle it? I'm the one that had to face all the flack here, you know. I was the one you sprang this illegitimate son on that I knew naught about. I was the one that had to deal with this lot.
So I see, it's you were trying to protect.
No, it isn't. Well, not entirely. No. Look, you know what they're like round here. That'd have been a laughing stock for weeks. They'd have said I was being made a mug of. Can't you see that?
Oh, yes. Yes, I can see it all right. Do you know, there's quite a few things I'm beginning to see clearly now. Like, for instance, you would be a sight happier if this son of mine didn't exist, right? Well, I'm sorry, Alf. Whatever you reckon, he does exist, and I'm his mother.
Where are you going now?
I'm going into town. At least I can't start blabbing me guilty secrets to your precious customers there, can I?
would have thought you'd have been better employed looking for a cleaner.
Bet, can't you use your influence, you know? Keep them going for another couple of days. Give me a chance to look round.
I'm sorry, Alec.
Look, I had a word with Ken, didn't I, like I promised? And don't think it didn't hurt, you know, because it did. Every single word of it. But I did it because it's what you wanted. Now, surely it's not too much to ask that you should...
They won't wear it, Alec. They've had enough, both of them. And if you want my opinion, you should be thanking your lucky stars you've got away with it this long.
But they're being paid.
After a fashion, maybe. Makes no odds, they won't do it no more.
But look, I can't get anybody else, can I, suitable at such short notice?
Well, there's only one thing for it then, isn't there? The polishes and the brushes are down in the cellar. You'll find a pinny hanging behind the door.
Bye, X. Something smells good.
It's me, I've just been in the bath.
All right. Have a good rub down with liver and onions afterwards, did you?
Very fun, you.
Hello, love.
Hello, love. I take it you had a good day?
Couldn't be better. Do you know, while I was working down Broad Oak Road, I got 2 more contracts without even trying. They came up to me. Do you know, I haven't enjoyed myself so much in years. Wait till I really get going on this. Right, now, a quick wash, 5 minutes and I'll be back.
Okay.
Right?
Looks like you made the right decision.
I don't think he was the only one. I think you both did.
I'll get it, love.
8463.
Oh, just a minute.
Alan?
Yeah?
Telephone.
Oh, come in.
He's just coming.
Thanks, love. Hello? Speaking, yeah. Hi, Phil. How are you? Yeah, go on. Well, it's nice of you to offer, but that sounds like it could cost a pretty penny. Yeah, I know it's a good offer, but, I mean, money like that takes a bit of finding, doesn't it? Yeah. I tell you what, though, look, leave it with me, and I'll make a few inquiries and get back to you, eh? Yeah. Yeah, I've got your number. Okay, and thanks for ringing. Ta-ra, man. That was Phil Crossley.
Who?
He supplies alarm gear. I met him through Dave Craig.
What do you want?
Well, he wants to do me a favour, as a matter of fact. Apparently he's a bit strapped for cash at the moment. He wanted to know if I'd be interested in taking some gear off his hands at a knockdown price. Nothing bent or anything like that, you know.
How much?
£1 grand.
£1,000? Heck of a lot of money, you know that.
Oh, that's a heck of a lot of gear. It must be worth at least double that.
But you haven't got that sort of money.
No, I haven't. I'm going to have to think where I can borrow it, aren't I?
You're a bit late. The 10 minutes would have been shut.
Yes, I know, love, but I wanted to see you. Look, I don't know what's got into Alf since I've been away, but I can hardly say 2 words to him. I mean, I've just got to mention Canada.
I know.
You know?
Well, I mean, I know how it must be.
Well, I wish you'd explain it to me, because I haven't got a clue.
It's not swapping with Singer around without that little dog of yours, is it?
Well, I don't reckon they'd go much on it if I turned up at the cinema with him, do you?
Oh, I see. You're going to pictures then, are you?
Yes, that's right.
I never like to go to pictures on my own. You never know who you're going to get sat next to, do you? Mind you, if it was somebody like you, I wouldn't grumble. I wouldn't have thought you were tight to go to pictures on your own.
I'm sorry?
To pictures?
Oh, I'm not. No, I prefer company and all.
Oh, really? And what exactly are you thinking of going to see?
Cry Freedom.
Do you know, that's the very film I've been waiting to see ever since it came out.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, we'll tell you all about it tomorrow.
We?
Miss Riley and me. She's coming with me.
Oh.
Oh, time I was off. She'll just about be closing up now. It's been nice talking to you, Phyllis.
And you?
You weren't here to see the state Alf got himself into before you came back.
What state?
He even got it into his head that you weren't coming back at all.
Not coming back?
I know it sounds daft, but I'm telling you, that's how Alf saw it. So you see, he doesn't see Canada or Stephen in quite the same light as you do. In fact, he sees him as a kind of threat.
Threat? Well, that is daft.
Well, I know it's daft and you know it's daft, but you've got to see it from Alf's point of view.
Gail, look, I'm hoping that Alf's going to meet Stephen one day, that you will.
There's no reason to think otherwise. All that I'm saying is, as far as Alf's concerned, you're going to have to play it cool for a bit. Play down the importance of Stephen in your life. prove to Alf that he's not a threat.
It's not going to be easy, Filmer.
I know it's not. But you just think how it's been for Alf.
No sign of Mr. Barlow yet, I see.
Look, I can't force him to come in, can I? I mean, short of putting a bloody ring through his nose and leading him in, what more can I do?
All right, calm down. I was only asking. Bit quiet in here tonight.
I had noticed. Let's hope it's just a temporary phase and word hasn't got round that the Rovers isn't the ideal place to go for a quiet drink anymore, because if it does, we'll know who to thank, won't we?
Same again, right?
No, I'm fine, mate, honest. I was only supposed to be dropping that sewing off for Mum. Anyway, I said I'd pick a takeaway up on the way home.
Yeah, suit yourself, eh?
Yeah.
You're not asking me, then?
Well, if you like. I was wondering if you might fancy a bit of a run out somewhere.
Oh, yeah, go on, let's for a change.
Come on, then.
Just have half a bit of luck, please. What's it I hear about Mike Baldwin losing his licence, then?
Oh, true enough. 12-month ban, £200 fine.
Well, I hope that'll be a warning to all of you.
Don't look at me, I've only had a half.
You don't have to tell me either, Percy. Wouldn't be just me licence for me, would it? Been me job and all.
Well, he'll be looking for sympathy, but he won't get any off me, as he well knows. Just look how many lives have been ruined with drunk drivers.
Well, he can't have any complaints, that's for sure. The amount he puts up there. I reckon he could be picked up any night and he'd be over the top. If anybody's got what he deserves, I reckon Mike Baldwin has.
Oh, that's what you reckon, is it?
Oh, hello, Mr. Baldwin. Oh, we didn't hear you come in.
Oh, that's obvious, Ivy. So you reckon I got what was coming to me, do you?
Well, seeing as how you ask, yeah, I reckon you did.
And how would you know what I had coming to me, eh? Unless you were the one that set me up, had the police waiting to pick me up.
Now, just hang on a minute, Squire. Look, you want to watch what you're saying. That big mouth of yours is going to get you in a lot of trouble one of these days.
Don't
I'm not taking that from him,
Take it
Brian.
easy. John wouldn't do a thing like that, Mr. Baldwin.
Oh, wouldn't he? He seemed pretty chuffed when he heard what had happened to me, didn't he?
Hey! John!
Come on! Look it off, both of you. Look, I will not have this sort of behaviour in here. Right, Bet, show him the door.
Me?
You're nearest.
Don't bother, we're going anyway. Soil my hands. Come on.
You come in, Brian.
Yeah. If you don't mind me saying so, this sort of thing is getting a bit too much of a habit in here for my liking.
We do mind you saying so, Percy, as it happens, so belt up. I take it you want serving.
Yeah, give us a large scotch, will you, man? Look, I'm sorry for what just happened there.
Forget it. It's finished.
Oh, no, it isn't. Maybe he didn't set me up, but somebody did. And when I get my hands on him...
Well, let's hope things calm down a little tomorrow at the same time, but don't bank on it, though. Meanwhile, sit back and enjoy Youtha Joyce and Brian Murphy in the very first episode of George and Mildred, next on Plus.